The great military that you built that they gave away $85 billion worth. Yesterday she got up, she started ranting and raving that Donald Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food. But they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet. But you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history. Worst in our history. The worst in our history. Worst in our history. You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second? You did, you see Brock Okoro. You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second? You did, you see Barack Obama last night? Taking little shots, he was taking shots at your president. It's so meager, you know they always say, sir, please stick to policy. Don't get first, stick to policy. Don't get personal and yet, don't get personal and get personal all night long. These people do, I still have to stick to policy, sir. You must stick to policy, sir. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built, that they gave away $1 billion worth yesterday. She got up, she started ranting and raving that Donald Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food. But they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet. But you're gonna see something that's gonna be the worst in our history. 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 The worst in our history. They're taking black jobs now. It could be 18. It could be 19, and even 20 million people are taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't...
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show once again. We are back in the Thunderdome, and you know what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen, all right? We got to save this country from, the clutches of the evil ones. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the show. It is I, Big Zeus. Good morning, Jess. Nice to see ya. All right, Claire. Good morning. Queen Flea. Good morning. Nice to see you, beautiful. All right, Carol. Nice to see ya. Mickey P, my sister. Let's go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, show you what I've been doing. I read some of the Jack Smith report. It's 174 pages. You know, it's a lot in there. All right, welcome to the show. It's just another day in the Golden State. Hey, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday morning. What is today? January 14th, 2025. And once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Yeah, it's a lot going on. You got this Pete Hegseth confirmation going on. I mean, what a weird time to be doing a show, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost one of those moments where I say, you know what? Do I cancel the show or do I do the show? Which one is it, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. All right, but I definitely got the show. I got Pete Hegseth on the big screen, and I'm watching and monitoring. All right, so I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to have to be able to do two things at once. You said do the show. Fair enough. But someone out there, please keep track of what's going on the show if you could. All right, because we might need you to come on up here and give us updates about what's really happening out here. All right, but before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. You might as well imagine that my hand is resting on a stack of sacred books. All right. The second H is, well, because I'm humble. If I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. Like, for instance, yesterday I went to a MAGA Demons Live, and they did give me some information I didn't know. I said, listen, I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know, but you're still wrong, right? But that's how humble I am. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, there's nothing wrong, honestly, with learning, right? I mean, I think that's the lesson in life, right? Whether, however intelligent you believe you are, if you ever find yourself in a place where you feel like you've learned everything in life, that should be like a red flag that goes up and helps you to understand you got a lot more growing up and maturing to do. All right. And so, peace be with all of those, who believe they know what's going on in the world. I got some terrible news for you. A lot of you who voted for Donald J. Trump, you're getting closer and closer and closer to that moment that I'm really, truly looking forward to. I'm very done. All right. Darren. No, you're exactly one of the people that I wanted to actually bring up a little bit. I'm really looking forward to letting all of you Trump supporters have that one-on-one relationship with your cult leader, Donald J. Trump. W. Brandon in the chat. I know there's nothing that I can say or do to help people who are possessed with the MAGA demon realize that they're wrong. There's nothing that I can do. All right? Because once your minds are made up and the devil's doing what they're doing to you, the only way out, honestly, is if you get those Nikes and you point them north. All right. And you take that last breath on this earth. Right. And I get that a lot of you are going to go to hell believing in Donald Trump, and that's your prerogative. All right. And so I'm actually looking forward to when Donald Trump takes over, these so-called experts on the economy. Guess what's going to happen? Their wallets are going to get real thin and they're not going to have any money for food. Right, Adam? Adam, you're a Trump supporter. You're not going to have any money for food, and then you're going to go knock on my door. Zeus, I ran out of sugar and I ran out of eggs. I was trying to bake my daughter a cake for her birthday. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, and who did you vote for? I voted for, because they're not going to be honest up front. But I'm going to say, you're going to say, you voted for someone other than Kamala Harris? Yeah. And then I'm going to go like this. Boom. Slam the door. I could care less. You can go straight to hell. Go straight to hell. I don't care. Adam.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Hey, Adam, is this your first time on my show? You should go talk to that gentleman yesterday that came on the show, and boy, did he end up in a world of hurt yesterday. He got on this show. This is one of these people who go around this app, and I think I figured it out. And they go in with this one thing they've really researched. You should see this is the MAGA demon, ladies. This is the next level of evil. These people, they go around with this one thing they know. No high school education, no college education. They've been on the internet looking up this one particular issue, and they go, oh, well, now that makes me the smartest person on TikTok. And so they go around, Adam, you should see this, and they host these lives trying to put their intelligence on full display. But once the cat's out of the bag, right? W. Brandon in the chat. Once the cat's out of the bag, you didn't finish high school? No, but I know everything else, Zeus. Once that happens, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't take those conversations seriously because anybody that's been through, schooling, right? We're not just talking about high school. We're talking about going through college, whether you're getting your bachelor's, especially if it's a STEM-related subject, right? Or you even go to your master's or even go to get your doctorate. One thing we all know is you got to be able to sit your special behind down and learn. And once I realized we're not learning, what we're doing is we're trying to fix, they say you can't fix stupid. Once we realize that's what the exercise is, I feel like it's a waste of time. So I tell all of you Trump supporters, the only way you're going to learn that Donald Trump means he's going to be bad news for you, is when he gets into the White House and he does what he did to those people who went to the Capitol on January 6th. And they all believed in that lie, and they all had the facts, data, and statistics to justify supporting Donald Trump and breaking the law and attacking law enforcement. In one case, one of you lost your life on January 6th. You know that woman, what was her name? What was that woman who lost her life on January 6th? Does anyone know what her name was? Does anyone know? I'll give you a hint. This is what she was sounding like.
Well, where is everybody? Huh?
What's this?
Huh? You got where is Kamala?
Yeah.
Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant came back. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. You people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
And this is what it's like, honestly, arguing with a Trump supporter, right? It's like trying to tell Ashley, hey, you know that Donald Trump is lying to you. And you know what she says? No, you're the liar. She goes, no, you're the liar. I'm going to the Capitol to go to meet up with my cult leader, right? And then what did Ashley end up doing? I don't know what ended up happening. I don't know the facts, but I know she didn't make it back. And to this day, no one is willing to admit, especially in the cult, that all of that could have been prevented had Donald J. Trump simply told the truth and not stirred up that violence in the minds of his supporters, right? And so along those lines, ladies and gentlemen, I got some more information. You know, Jack Smith. How many of you know who Jack Smith is? He just released volume 1 of all of the crimes Donald Trump committed as it relates to his actions around January 6th. And let's just go ahead and say what he did. It was conspiracy, right? He wanted to defraud the American people, and it was a little obstruction of justice. How many of y'all think it's okay to commit obstruction of justice and a conspiracy against the United States of America? How many of you think that's okay? Because as far as I am concerned, if you go ahead and read it, one of the things that Jack Smith said is, if this thing would have went to trial, there's more than enough evidence to convict. Think about that. So Congress right now, as far as I'm concerned, they literally have what I like to refer to as a roadmap to impeach Donald J. Trump. We know that because it's a Republican Congress, most likely this is going to be a very, very difficult exercise. But we know that they have the proof, they have the evidence to go ahead and proceed. And what are they going to charge him with? Well, you know, there's this thing called high crimes and misdemeanors, right? And isn't it safe to say that between the New York case, where you clearly got a conviction, isn't that more than a misdemeanor? That's a felony in New York. So there's high crimes and misdemeanors in New York, right? We got it. And now we got Jack Smith's report. And get this, ladies and gentlemen, I hear the Attorney General in Arizona is saying, hey, DOJ, before the Trump administration takes over, why don't you give us all the evidence? Because we got some co-conspirators out there in the state of Arizona that we're going to need to use that evidence to prosecute. So this is not over by a long shot, ladies and gentlemen, but there's more than enough evidence to proceed forward with those convictions and then doing some, what I like to call, you want to do mass deportations? Why don't we do a mass impeachment, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't we do a mass impeachment, right? Mass impeachment. These Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, they're on their last leg, and I can see it. I can smell it all over this app, TikTok. They're fighting all over this app, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I've been waiting for. Don't worry about the Democrats. We voted for Kamala Harris, so we're going to be relatively fine. I mean, obviously, a lot of the decisions he makes, it's going to negatively impact everyday Americans, but there's some peace in knowing at least you didn't vote for this, right? And I see right now there's some Trump supporters in my chat right now that are a little triggered by the truth that I'm giving you. Well, I didn't play it at the top of the show, but I'll play it for you MAGA-possessed demons. Listen up.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Thank you. And that's for every single one of you seditionist, treasonous traitors out there, especially those of you who are right now, Donald Trump, please pardon me once you get into office because of what I did on January 6th. You know how disgusting and disgraceful you look to the rest of us? You want a pardon after doing what you did? That's sick stuff. That's why I say a lot of you are in a cult. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to get into, and then I'll go into the comments and we'll talk. But yes, Pete Hegseth is going through the grilling process. As far as I'm concerned, you know what? Let Donald Trump do whatever he needs to do, because we got to learn the hard way in this country. If he wants this knucklehead to be the Secretary of Defense and he knows everything that he got going on and he believes this guy right here is going to help the United States and have the United States' best interest. If Donald Trump really believes this, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes through. Just let it go through, because again, what have I been saying to you Trump supporters? We're heading towards what? A collision course off of a cliff, 1929 style depression, one like we've never seen. And we got to let Donald Trump be the one responsible for it. And I look forward to all the problems going on in America, all the problems. I look forward to blaming it on Donald J. Trump. I really do. Now, President Biden yesterday, he gave his going away speech that covered foreign policy. And I would say, you know what, President Biden, thank you. And I think we need to get that on the record in the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'll do is I'll play my good friend Lawrence O'Donnell from MSNBC, or as some of you like to say, MSDNC, right? I'm going to play it so that you can understand why us Democrats really have a very high regard for President Biden and his vice president, Kamala Harris. So let's get this on the record, if you don't mind.
Audience at the State Department. Secretary of State Antony Blinken introduced the President of the United States for the last time.
Simply put, it's been the privilege of my lifetime to work for you, to work with you, to work with this extraordinary team that you've assembled. And it's the honor of a lifetime to be able to introduce, one more time, the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Thank you. Thank you, President Biden. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all you've done. Operation Exposed. Stop laughing. Nothing funny about this. Hi, Shay.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Biden in the chat, please, so these MAGA demons can see it. Thank you, if you don't mind.
Thank you.
Look at all that. W. Biden in the chat.
Thank you. It's good to be back at the State Department.
President Biden gave a 28-minute speech today that was a foreign policy assessment of where the United States stands now in the world at the end of the Biden presidency. But because it was a Biden speech, it began with domestic policy, because more than any other president of our lifetimes, Joe Biden has always presented foreign policy and domestic policy as related, as two sides of the same coin.
Give it to him.
During my presidency, I've increased America's power at every dimension. We've increased our diplomatic power, creating more allies than the United States has ever had in the history of our nation.
Amen.
We've increased our military power.
Amen.
Making the most significant investments in the defense industrial base in decades. We've increased the technology power, taking the lead in artificial intelligence and other technologies of the future.
Thank you.
And we've increased the economic power.
Amen.
Building the most dynamic economy in the world, from the bottom up and the middle out, not the top down.
Amen.
In short, Kamala and I took office, our nation had become stronger at home, are stronger in the world. And now, America is more capable and, I would argue, better prepared than we've been in a long time.
Amen.
That was the essence of the assessment that President Biden then went on to deliver with more detail.
We have made the most significant investments in America and the American workers since the New Deal. To rebuild our roads and bridges, our ports and airports, clean water systems, affordable high-speed internet, and so much more. To build American manufacturing, to make advanced semiconductors, which we invented here at home.
Yeah.
We made the largest investment in climate and clean energy ever anywhere on Earth in the history of the world, spurring nearly $500 billion in private sector investment.
Amen.
Today, I can report to the American people, our alliances are stronger than they've been in decades.
Amen. Let's go,
NATO
President Biden.
Capable than it's ever been.
Thank you, Biden.
And many more of our allies are paying their fair share. Before I took office, 9 NATO allies are spending 2% of their GDP on defense.
How many now?
Now 23 are spending 2%.
Thank you, President Biden.
That's right. Joe Biden, the president who did not threaten our NATO allies to increase their defense spending, got many more of our NATO allies to increase defense spending than Donald Trump ever did.
You hear this, MAGA? You hear this, MAGA? This is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not going to play the entire thing, but I want you all to understand. President Biden is handing over, and Vice President Kamala Harris, the best economy in the world. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Vice President Kamala Harris. Thank you for getting us out of the pandemic that, the former president completely mismanaged and cost Americans their lives, all right? And so, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Operation Exposed, why do you think this is funny? This is not even funny. This is true. And, yeah, now you guys got to buckle up. And as far as I'm concerned, you make your bed, you got to sleep in it. One other thing, someone brought this to my attention. One other thing, make your bed, you got to sleep in it. Someone else brought this to my attention. And you know what I like to cover a lot of on this show is it's mass deportations, right? Someone brought this to my attention. How many of you still believe mass deportations are necessary? If you do believe that, I got some bad news for you, all right? How many of you still believe mass deportations are needed? Because this is a story that happened right out here in Bakersfield, California, ladies and gentlemen. You wouldn't believe this. All right, let me see if we can get this story going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. This is a real life story about what could potentially happen to a lot of innocent people out here, all right, who don't understand how the United States government works and how things usually unfold in this country. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this thing going. All right. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there we go. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Hold on.
Patrol continues to spread through our community. We have video of agents arresting an American citizen, a business owner, who says the agents slashed his tires before they handcuffed him. Our Cecilia Trevino has been on the story all week and brings us more.
So Border Patrol agents slashed his tire. This is a business owner, ladies and gentlemen. You know why they did this? We don't need to go into detail. You know why they did this.
This video, recorded by Ernesto Campos, a United States citizen, shows federal agents detaining him after slashing his tires.
I don't know why he popped my tires. He already had my reason. He already had my license. Yeah, but you did something that made the truck was off. The window was open like that.
You should see these tires. They're flat.
44-year-old and father of 4, Ernesto Campos has lived in the U.S. for 30 years and became a citizen over a decade ago.
So he became a citizen over a decade ago. How many of you Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump think y'all safe? Yeah, remember, I've been good. I've been here for a while. I voted for, you know how they say that, right? Now we're starting to understand how serious stuff like this is getting. He's a business owner too. He's got a house. He's contributing towards the economy. He lives in a Democrat state. But now he's finding out, welcome to America.
Lived in Bakersfield for over 20 years and owns a landscaping business with 4 employees.
Íbamos manejando hacia un trabajo.
He was driving to work when an unmarked car turned its patrol lights on. Campos says he stopped, turned off his car, and gave agents his driver license. But when he wouldn't give them his car keys, they slashed his tires.
Bájale poquito.
Campos tells his co-worker, Isaías Alejandro, to roll down the window a little, which he does.
Okay, I'm gonna have to break your window. Do you understand? I'm It's your fault. You're gonna have to break the window if you do not open it.
The agent then demands the door be opened and the passenger, Alejandro, to step out of the car to be detained.
He's in the process of immigration. He have a lawyer and
Oh, abogado.
Yeah.
Lawyer. That's good.
The agent collects Alejandro's belongings.
You stand by. I gotta run your ID.
Yeah, right.
You cannot take off. Just.
I'm not taking out, man.
Campos complains to the agent about slashing his tires.
You have my license. While I'm gonna take off.
I'm not gonna argue with you, bro.
So
You did what you did. I did what I did. That's all it is.
Then Campos was detained.
You're under arrest right now for alien smuggling. Actual federal felony. Look, I'm gonna tell you, if you resist, we will have a fight. Is that what you want?
Campos tries to explain Alejandro has an ongoing immigration case.
Hey,
the guy.
I already let you talk. You're admitted to me. You're transporting someone that's illegal.
But the guy have a case.
Campos was detained for 4 hours and then released when his citizenship was confirmed. He says he's still coping with the situation and only half of his employees showed up to work after the raid.
Wow.
In Bakersfield, Cecilia Trevino, 17 News.
There you go. There you go. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A good example of what's going to continue to happen at levels you've never seen before. All right. And these are the people they're saying are taking black jobs. All right. These people voted for Donald J. Trump. Well, not all of them, but some of them did. Right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the reason this story is very, very important is because I want my Latino brothers out there that voted for Donald J. Trump. Right, Cabria? You know what I mean? I bet you they voted for Donald Trump. And he thought he was safe. He thought, oh no, I think Donald Trump is only going to get the people who are cutting in line. He's not going to go after the people like me. Well, guess what? You just found out something. Welcome to the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send these Trump supporters once again that voted for Donald Trump. Let's go ahead and send them straight to hell. Let's warm up the lake of fire. All right. And y'all got to go to hell. This is another example of y'all going to hell. Yeah. You didn't think America was what it was. Now you found out it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a huge round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got out what I needed to get out. Let's start having some real serious conversations out here. All right. Any Trump supporters in the chat? W Joy in the comments. Thank you so much. Any Trump supporters in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. And we will address whatever the concerns that you might have. But at the end of the day, I just want to give you a heads up. If you start lying, because there's some people that said, Zeus, your show yesterday, you guys piled on to that gentleman. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you Trump supporters this. If you're honest and you're not being racist, then you'll just only end up having to talk to Big Zeus. But if you start being very, very difficult, I got a lot of people on this platform, in this live, very good friends of mine that specialize in different areas. And if I feel like their area of expertise could help possibly redeem you, get you out of that cult, get the demon under control, I'll bring them up. And then it'll feel like, wow, the whole live turned against me, but that's not what it is. It's me honestly operating in good faith, trying to get you the help you need, because I know what's happening right now. You don't want to deal with the truth. All right. No matter what you Trump supporters say, you can't convince any of us that blanket tariffs and mass deportations is going to translate into my utility bill getting cut in half, right? My egg prices going down to 90. You're not going to be able to convince us of that. You can read whatever you want. All right, put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here, ladies and gentlemen. I see we have somebody out there feeling really good this morning. Pete, good morning, Pete. Welcome, Pete. Pete, good morning. You voted for Trump. You voted for Donald J. Trump. Pete, I see the teacup. You put all those 1s in the chat, Pete, just to get up here and disappear. Huh?
I'm here.
Are you driving?
Hello?
Yeah, are you driving,
No, I'm not
Pete?
driving.
Okay, I hear a lot of noise in the background.
I am not driving.
Okay, but why the delay?
I am not. I don't know. Let me go down and come back up.
Yeah. Okay, let's try that again.
I want to ask you a question, so bring me back up.
Yeah. Pete, just go down and then come come back up if you don't mind. All right, but keep it clean when you do it. All right. Pete, where you at? Put a 1 in the chat. Yeah. All right. And again, ladies and gentlemen, these people know Big Zeus. They know exactly how I get down. So let's give Pete a chance. Yes, Pete.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I want to ask you a question. You did just say something about, you're speaking in good faith and nothing but the truth.
Amen, Pete. Thank you, Pete. Pete, you got it, Pete. Thank you.
How can you be so disingenuous that you bring up that incident that just happened and you throw Donald Trump's name all over it? How could you do that? He ain't president yet. What kind of nonsense are you talking?
Now, are you triggered? Or are you seriously trying to have this conversation?
The fact that was not in good faith.
Okay. No, actually, it was.
How? He's not president yet.
Do you think that perhaps Donald Trump's words have impact?
Tell me how them men
Pete,
Border Patrol.
Pete, do you think Donald Trump's words have impact?
Yeah, they do. But
does he have to be? Does he have to be the president in order for his words to have an impact?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely.
No, he doesn't. For instance,
you're talking about Border Patrol. Them men were doing their jobs. They may not have done it well, but it had nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Let me ask a question.
Disingenuous, and that is not in good faith.
Pete, you said his words don't have impact unless he's the president. I find that hard to believe.
Not for Border Patrol.
Well, do you remember the bipartisan border bill?
Oh, that border bill was trash. We can get.
Was he instrumental?
What you did right
was
there.
he instrumental, Pete, in getting that bill canned? Yes or no?
Hold on, Kevin McHale. Don't pivot off of this.
No, actually, it's more like Jordan.
It's
more like Jordan. It's more like Jordan. And your footwork, sir, you really need to step it up.
Play for the Celtics?
No. So answer my question, Pete. Okay, and I ain't talking pistol Pete. I want to know honestly. Do you think Donald Trump's words do not have impact? Because that was the first lie I caught you in. You know what Donald Trump says gets the cult going. So and you know that these federal officials,
Border Patrol agents, a cult.
Some of them supported and voted for Donald Trump. Remember all the support he was getting?
That are in that video, did they, or are you just generalizing?
Oh, I have a very high degree of confidence they did, Pete. Why do you think I'm playing it, Pete? Why do you think I'm playing it on the show, Pete?
I got you again. You get dog walked all over the place, man. It's a rough morning for you, isn't it?
Pete, you got up here to defend your cult leader, and you look ridiculous, and you sound ridiculous. You think these? Let me ask you this, Pete. Pete, let me ask you this. You think these people voted for Kamala Harris that went out and did this, slashed the tires, and threatened to beat them up and detained them for 4 hours? You think they voted for Kamala Harris, Pete? Knock it off, Pete. Pete, stop it. You think, Pete? You think I was born yesterday, don't you, Pete?
Can I say one thing?
Well, are you going to be honest and at least take that back?
You talk about honesty. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, you know they call me Triple H for a reason.
You just blamed. Hold on. You just blamed that incident on Donald Trump.
I 100% blamed it on him.
How disingenuous is that? That's not facts.
Yeah, it is.
That's not in good faith.
No,
is it?
Actually, Pete, if you would
show me how. Tell me how. I'll wait for you. Tell me how that incident had anything to do with Donald Trump.
What about this?
They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
What is he talking about? You're going to see something. Pete, what is he talking about? You're going to see something you haven't seen, but it's going to be, I mean, he's literally documenting the documentary for the mass deportations right in front of our eyes. Let's talk about Lake and Riley.
Is that why are you pivoting so damn much?
Because I'm trying to address the demon inside of you, Pete.
I got you backed into a corner on this. You're very, very disingenuous with that.
Pete, you lost the argument when you lied and said his words don't have impact.
I lied. You lied and said it had something to do with Trump.
You're
trying to rile up your little fans down there. They know damn well that wasn't in good faith what you said.
How about we do a poll? Because you think one thing, I think one thing. If you think Donald Trump's rhetoric had something to do with this Hispanic guy who's been in the United States getting detained, please put a 1 in the chat. If you believe Donald Trump rhetoric had something to do with him getting detained, please put a 1 in the chat. Once we get over 100, Pete, it's pretty much game over for you.
You
So
got 1,200 people.
Pete.
That's your fanboys.
Pete, it's over 100, Pete.
That's your fanboys.
Pete, wow, Pete.
I know you need.
Men lie.
Support,
hey, Pete. Men lie. Right? Men lie. Women lie. Numbers don't.
Support. Look, there's a 2. I saw a 2.
Pete.
Yeah, you need the support.
Did you see more 1s than you saw 2s?
It don't matter. They're your fanboys.
But Pete, this is why the country is going off of a cliff
because of people like you blaming something like that.
Actually, you took the words out of my mouth.
You seem like a nice guy. That was not in good faith, was it?
Pete, why is it so difficult for you to understand that when you're outnumbered, you're beat?
I see some 2s. Ask for a 2 poll. How about that?
Pete, I see right now the MAGA demon has done a number on you. So I won that conversation piece. Is there anything else Big Zeus can help you with, Pete? Because
talk about anything. You want to talk about that border bill you pivoted to, Kevin McHale?
No. We don't need to.
Look at the 2s. Look at the 2s in the chat.
Pete,
look at the 2s in the chat. I'll be damned, Zeus.
Pete, I got you. All right. So here's the deal.
I think
that
Pete, a poll for 2s.
Pete,
if you're fair and balanced.
Pete, Jesus Christ, Pete, I get it. You enjoy talking to Big Zeus. I get it. But it doesn't give you the ability to get up here and spread misinformation and disinformation.
Like what?
So
name something I spread.
I just told you don't want to admit Donald Trump's rhetoric is a problem. And so with that being said, it
didn't influence that stop right there.
Huh?
Show me how it influenced that stop.
Well, I asked you what he meant when he said the thing about the black jobs. You didn't give me an answer, Pete. So guess what?
Nothing to do with that stop, does it? You didn't answer my question.
Okay, well, fine.
You want to pivot. That's
I'm gonna do something for you though, because
I think you, Zeus.
Okay.
That's low level. You pivoting this much.
He said it's low level of Big Zeus. All right. Well, listen up, Pete. All right. Thank you. I love it. I love going ahead and this is what I call a blowout. I got to move on to my next guest, Pete. But I think
I know you're getting dog walked. That's why.
Oh, I am. Well, Pete. How about
still
this?
Have not told me. Hold on. Let me ask one last question then. Tell me how that stop had anything. I want a fact, not just your feelings. Right? That's what y'all always say. Tell me how that stop had anything to do with Donald Trump, except your hatred towards him.
I did explain it to you. What did I give you? What was my answer? What was my answer?
You gave me your feelings.
No, what was my answer?
Your feelings were your answer.
What was the feelings that I gave you? Okay, I get it. See, this is the MAGA demon, Pete. It was a nice meeting you. But as far as I'm concerned, Pete, you're possessed with the MAGA demon. And the conversation, as far as I'm concerned, I wasn't elevating. All right, I had already penetrated the lane and I scored on you. I backed you down so many times. The game's over, bro. Relax. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete, he got up here trying to defend his daddy, and all he did was embarrass himself. Let's go ahead and send Pete straight to hell. W. Rick in the chat. W. Rick in the chat.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Pete, you do sound like a good person underneath all of that confusion and chaos and pandemonium that the MAGA demon currently got you dealing with. But once you get rid of that MAGA demon, we can have a conversation about Kevin McHale and anybody else that you're obsessed with. All right? Let's get back to these conversations, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, this country is heading towards a 1929-style depression, one like we've never seen before. And Donald Trump and his supporters, they don't want to be honest with the American people. They rather get out here and lie. I gotta talk to Santa Claus, and Santa Claus, I know you probably won't come up because you're afraid, you're too terrified. And Santa Claus, this message is for you.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
bye, Santa.
If you're not happy here, you can leave.
Mods, you know what to do with Santa.
In the U.S., if you're complaining
all the time,
what to
do with Santa.
Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. Zeus has never lost a debate. I appreciate that because that's so true. These people go around and they do screenshots. Zeus, I cooked you. Zeus, I cooked you. You go ahead and cook yourself. How's a person, honestly, you know where you work at. You know where you get it in at. You can't cook me. Look at the levels we're at. All right. Put a 1 in the chat. If you are a Trump supporter, I'll bring you right on up here. All right. But you got to be willing to be honest. Put a 1 in the chat. And I gotta be like, very, very nice on this app. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is all about. And at the end of the day, I'm actually trying to help people see the light. Win, welcome to the show, Win. How can I help you?
You said if you was a Trump supporter to put a one up.
Yeah. You voted for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Actually I did. But honestly, just listening to a lot of people that voted just like me, I feel kind of embarrassed, to be honest.
Oh. But why is your sound so low? Are you at work?
Yeah, I am at work, sir.
It's too much noise, Gwen. But if you don't mind, I would like for you to come back and explain that why you feel embarrassed for voting for Donald Trump another time. All right, my friend, I really do appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend Gwen right there. And as you can see, if the audio was pure, we would have went further. But I like hearing stories like that. I like hearing stories about people who ended up letting the MAGA demon did a number on them. Right. And then now they come to the light and they go, oh, my God, I get embarrassed being affiliated and associated with these hypocrites, these liars, these racists. All right. Because that's exactly what a lot of these Trump supporters are. I mean, especially all over this app. And they know who they are. Right. They know exactly who they are. These racist Trump supporters going around dropping the N word. I heard about you. N word. These Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen. And I got it. I heard the evidence. I heard it. They now, because Donald Trump is going to be the president, the men are acting up, right? The men are acting up like you've never seen them before. They're being extra misogynist, right? And now you hear the women on the right crying, oh my God, this person's toxic. Yeah, we were trying to tell you. And they're dropping profanity-laced words that include slurs. Yeah. And they're going, wow, why didn't I see all of this coming? And they're going slowly, oh my God, the Democrats were right. W Sneaky Fingers in the chat. Thank you for the subscription. Zeus is a runner and a track star. Oh, Dustin. Come on up here, Dustin. Please explain that if you don't mind. Come on up here, come up here and talk to Big Zeus, Dustin. What do you mean Zeus is a runner and a track star? I'm going to watch me disarm Dustin real quick. Dustin, what are you talking about? Are you talking about, a conversation that you seen Zeus have?
I'm talking about the little debate you had yesterday.
Yeah, I knew it. That's why I just asked you the conversation you saw Big Zeus have, right? Let me ask you a question, Dustin. What is your highest level of education? Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin is pretty much already playing defense. What is your highest level of education? Dustin, are you there? Can y'all hear Dustin? Can anyone hear Dustin? Wow. Dustin. Got it. Dustin, send me a guest request if you want to come back up here. So what they're saying is Zeus lost. And I was going to ask Dustin, what is your highest level of education? And then Dustin went, I can't say it. So obviously, Dustin, deep down inside, you're lying on TikTok, just like we all do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm the lake of fire up. Hey, Dustin, there's a saying in the good book, the blind leading the blind, right? And they'll both end up falling in a ditch. Dustin, congratulations. You're on your way to being in a ditch and then going straight to hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Dustin straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Dustin listens to people that haven't graduated middle school for financial advice, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, this is why they go, well, why do you think Donald Trump won, Zeus? This is what they keep asking me. Obviously, Kamala this and that, or Joe Biden. The reason Donald Trump won, and I think this is one of the biggest reasons out of all the reasons besides Elon Musk, is because I had high expectations that a lot of the people in this country were intelligent enough to see through Donald Trump's lies. I really did. I thought that, and I think everyone thought this to a certain degree, if you all see the facts, you would become honest brokers of the truth, and you would recognize that Donald Trump was unfit to be the president. Absent of all of the identity politics, I thought just on the merits alone, the indictments, his behavior, his record, most reasonable, sensible Americans would have came to the conclusion that Donald Trump clearly was not fit to be president. I actually believe that. But boy, oh boy, was I wrong with you, Trump supporters. I realize now the depths of the demonic force that he's injected you guys with. You guys really do believe the lies. You all really believe the lies. No. So you're saying you want JD Vance? As much as I do not like him, I have to say he doesn't have Donald Trump's record. So yeah, if that's what it took, if that's what it would take, yeah, I would prefer to have JD Vance than somebody I already know. There's no such thing as them being held accountable. All right, now listen to this. Someone says the dude has arrived. Hold on. Come up here if you don't mind. You said, what was I saying about Kamala? Come on up here. Put a 1 in the chat. If you voted for Donald Trump, and I'll bring you up here. All right. This is not a difficult thing to process. This is not a difficult thing to process. If you know all of the things you know about Donald Trump and you still went and voted for him, something's wrong up here. Something's wrong. And you can't liken Kamala Harris to Donald Trump because Kamala doesn't have the record that Donald Trump has. Yeah, I did say send me a guest request, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I will bring you right on up here. All right, who do we have right here? Good morning. Who is this? Mariah, mix it up. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Oh, how
Can
are
you
you,
hear
my
me?
friend? Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, cool. Yay.
Yes, how
How
are
are
you
you?
been? I'm all right.
Good. Pretty good. I don't, oh yeah, I just wanted to come up here and shout out the Cults to Consciousness podcast on
Okay.
Spotify.
Oh, okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. I don't know anything about it, but what did they cover on that Cults to Consciousness podcast, if you don't mind?
Yeah, they cover just the ins and outs of how cults operate. And I grew up in a couple different religious cults, so
Oh.
it's interesting to see how all of that is mirrored with the Donald Trump cult, and it definitely is a cult.
Well, what is the big giveaway from your opinion that it is a cult? Because a lot of them right now think it's just the Democrats and the left, these radicals attacking Trump, and it's their duty to defend him. That's all they see it as.
Yeah, and honestly, when you take it from that perspective, it can seem admirable, right? Because everybody thinks that they're doing, the correct thing.
Correct.
But we have to be wary when people are presenting a one-size-fits-all for everybody, especially in the United States of America. There are so many different people with different experiences. So we know that Trump does not give a hoot about that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
it's all very obvious to us.
Yeah.
But,
Do you think there's hope for these people, honestly? Do you think that I mean, for the most part in general, right? I mean, I know there's probably people who've escaped the cult. I've listened and heard a couple, but in terms of like it happening at a large level, people waking up and just saying, you know what, we've had enough of this liar, this cult leader.
right. I think if it's possible, I think the only way that it's possible is if they are somehow met with a specific piece of information that like breaks down their biggest fear, right? So fear, and I really recommend everybody meditating on the word fear, just noticing where your body responds with fear, because when the brain is in a fearful state, it turns off logic. It's a very important piece of information because you can't operate without logic, right?
So you think their brains are in fear? Like I got this guy in my chat,
Yes.
Ian Taylor, he's saying a bunch of right-wing propaganda coming directly from the Kremlin. What is he afraid of, in your opinion?
He's afraid of others. I think white
Oh.
supremacy, I mean, all the othering that we're seeing, they will other anything and anybody that is not like them. And we also, I think, have to pay attention to like the class war that's happening. billionaires do not belong in government. We
Wow.
are so much closer to being homeless than we are to being a billionaire. And truthfully, you have to exploit other people's labor, time, effort, their lives in order to attain that wealth anyway. So,
Wow. Wow. Ian, are you listening? You really need help at the end of the day, from what I'm hearing Mariah say. You
yeah.
really need help, Ian. And you look and you sound ridiculous.
Hey, therapy is for everyone.
Thank
Ian,
you.
check
Thank
it
you.
out.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, Mariah, I appreciate you. What's the name of the podcast once again? Because I want to make sure we get it to our good friend Ian in the comment section. What's the name of it?
Yeah, Ian, and all of you guys can check out Cults to Consciousness. Cults to Consciousness is on Spotify, and I think it's also on YouTube if you
All
want to
right.
see them.
All
Yeah.
right. Cults to Consciousness. Well, Mariah, I appreciate it. All right.
I appreciate you. Take care, guys.
All right, W Mariah, mix up in the chat. Mariah, mix it up in the chat. Ian, this is what you needed this morning. More truth, Ian. All right, and don't worry, we're gonna give it to you. All right, Ian, where did you go, Ian? Please, identify. Send me a guest request, Ian. I saw you write something in the chat. You said we're gonna get you, Zeus. We're gonna get you. I want to know what that vacation is going to be like, Ian. If you don't mind, let me know what part of the world you'll be sending me to, and what are the perks that go along with the trip. All right, there you go. Okay, there you go. Come on up here, Ian. All right. Ian, don't just sit in the comment section saying things that you know are pretty tempting. I would love for you to be able to come up here and, explain the details of this vacation package you're promising me, all right? But, Ian, here's the deal. If you don't come into the box, what I have to do, unfortunately, is I'm going to have to ask my moderators to put you in a straitjacket, all right? Ian, let me go ahead and send it to you. One more time, Ian. If you don't come up here, I'm going to ask the mods to do what they do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, obviously Ian doesn't want to come up here. So you know what that means. Straight jacket time. And by the way, Ian, may you go to hell too. That's for you, Ian. Get out of here, Ian.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Ian, I honestly could care less about how you feel, all right? Because I know what's going on right now in your mind right now. You're trying to figure out how to get up off of that couch and turn off that Fox News. And I know it's very, very difficult, right? Because you got that box of Cheez-Its and that Diet Coke next to you. And you got your daddy on that app, what is it, Lie Central? You're basically paralyzed, Ian, all right? But you can do it. You got to be willing to push through. All right, and you gotta believe. There's a saying, Ian, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Nobody cares about him. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you want to get up here and defend your daddy. You know what's so sad right now is they know they've made a very, very terrible mistake. They know it. This is why they're hoping and praying that the Democrats are going to be able to do things in Congress to bail them out, right? And this is what's happening right now. They're blaming the Democrats for, guess what? They're blaming the Democrats for the wildfires. Don't blame the Democrats for that. Don't blame the Democrats.
Silence.
Don't blame the Democrats.
Demon.
Don't blame the Democrats for what I like to call an act of God. Yeah. All right. So put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I will bring you right on up here, and we will take care of business. But they didn't blame the Democrats when Florida got hit with those hurricanes, and you saw what happened in North Carolina and all these other states. So this is where I say most of you Trump supporters, the American people know it, and we all know it. You're all a bunch of hypocrites. You're all a bunch of hypocrites. You're all a bunch of liars, and you're slowly but surely being exposed. All right. So, all right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and we will have these very, very difficult and tough conversations. All right, who do we got right here, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we got right here? Let me see. Oh my goodness, MAGA is a burden on this country. Good morning, Linda. Are you there, Linda?
Lydia, I didn't mean to come up, but
Oh, Lydia. Okay, okay. Oh, sorry, Lydia. Okay, W Lydia in the chat. I'm sorry. I saw the request. Lydia. I got to get my names right. I'm very terrible with names. Don't hold it against me. I don't mean anything harmful. All right, seriously. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who do we got next? And yes, W Lydia. Who is this? Who is this? Happy Place. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I
All
was
right.
sitting there and I was going to ask you, what do you think the take is on Donald Trump overusing our military right off the bat, trying to do things that he wants done? Other than, I think there's possibilities. Maybe he'll do something else with our military that they don't want to do, but that would be against the grain of our country. But because once he gets into power, he might just really abuse it, and that's what scares me. Not just get taking out the illegal people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he's going to go above and beyond, trying to get people that are totally against him out of the way somehow. And
Yeah.
that scares me because we're all Americans, no matter how you slice it.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are claiming to be the patriots that are
Yeah.
on his side cannot really be a patriot, because a patriot would fight for the United States,
Mark.
not for one person.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a little bit worried about that, because I think he's going to go in like gangbusters to make up for all the time that he couldn't get stuff done. But it's going to go against the people that are actually in the military's moral values to do some of the things they might be asked to do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of questionable, because where do you draw the line and say, listen, I'm an American, I'm fighting for America, but you're turning us against the people that are living in this country. And that doesn't seem very American to me. So,
That concerns you, is what you're
yeah.
suggesting, right? You're saying like based now. What gives you the impression, honestly, that that's what Donald Trump is going to do? Because his supporters, they might not understand where this concern is coming from. So if you don't mind, please educating them. Where's this concern coming from?
I believe, I saw how he has been thinking pretty much when he acts like a child, a man child. And when he doesn't have an answer, I could see how he, in his head, he's thinking of things. And to me, it's almost like a spoiled brat trying to get his way. Ever since his
Yeah.
dad put the silver spoon or the gold spoon in his mouth, I think he thinks very much like paybacks are hell. Instead of saying, let me try to compromise with both sides of the red and the blue, he's
Yeah.
thinking, I got to get rid of you guys, and I have to, make everybody that's slowing me down get out of the way, no matter what the cost. So his mentality brings me to a point and a place where he's absolutely starting to plan stuff that he could do maybe before we can even realize that he's doing it. I mean, it's going to happen so fast. He's got all these things in play. I think in my mind, I'm saying that he thinks if he busts this out and does this, this, and this, that we're not going to have a chance to even comprehend that it's happening. And it's
Yeah.
just, I think he's like going to be the speed demon running out there doing stuff to mess up America. And at that point, just like he did now, he manipulated everybody, brainwashed the other half of America.
Yeah.
How are we going to stop this monster, is what I'm saying, because he's going to be unleashed. It's like taking a pit bull and just yanking the collar off and saying, run, boy, get him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about him. So I'm just really worried.
Mark, do you think what Happy Place is describing and talking about? I see you laughing in the comment section. Do you think that this is funny, Mark? Because I don't necessarily find any of this funny at all. I think, Mark, to be quite honest, you're ignoring the reality that you, sir, you're going to probably be on the receiving end of a lot of this painful stuff that's coming. All right? Because right now, he's not president. He's not president, but there's already things happening that's putting things in place so that once he gets in, he needs a show. He's already doing ice raid. They're talking about these ice raids, right? You know what those are, Mark? Ice raids? All right. Do you know that he wants to give the police full immunity, Mark? And he said he just wants a day when the cops can, just do whatever they want to do in order to quell the rebellion. See, this is the problem a lot of them don't understand, Happy Place. All right, but Mark, you know what I say? Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry.
And then, what I also wanted to say, sir?
What's
is
that?
The climate change that we're having with, if you look, every time you turn around, there's another tsunami. there's another, fire, there's another hurricane, and it's getting so bad and intense. And I think, didn't Japan just have like a really big earthquake? Okay, so what they're saying to these people like Rick Scott and people that don't believe in climate change, it's happening right now. And the scary part is that Trump is undoing the bill to help protect the climate change when he gets in, the one that Biden put in place.
Yeah.
He wants to totally delete it. So I want to say to Mark, who's probably only 19 or 18 years old, or, very young and stupid, but I want to say to Mark and all the other people that have family members or nieces, nephews, daughters, granddaughters, cousins, uncles, and mothers, I noticed a lot more people getting sick, like some of my friends that never smoked a day in their life, having lung disease and dying from cancer. And I've noticed brain cancer on a few of my friends that never smoked or hung out in smoky bars.
Yeah.
And I believe that all these chemicals and stuff going into our water and our air and everything else, our food, is going to be part of our demise. And him taking away something that's going to protect the planet for your family, Mark, is what I want to say, is how stupid could you be to sit there and watch somebody in your family drop dead because of all the poison and toxins and the way he wants to ruin Greenland.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful, beautiful country. And he wants to take away from Canada. And because what? Because we took every mineral that we could take out of our country and drain this planet of all its beauty and what it can give us. It's starting to shake us off like a tick on a dog by giving us storms and hurricanes and shit. It wants us off of here.
Wow. Happy Place, I appreciate the wake up call, because that's what this is, what you just talked about. That's a wake up call. When these people start suffering like they've never suffered before. Let me ask a question. If they start suffering, right, because, they were lying to us about the egg prices and, the cost of living and utility bills and credit card debt and all this stuff. If it ends up going the other direction, because, he promised them that things would actually get cheaper, but it ends up getting more and more expensive, and these people really start to suffer, I want you to really dig deep within your soul. And I'm going to ask you, would you feel sorry for them?
No, I absolutely would not, because they're the ones that kind of didn't do their research. They didn't listen to what he was really saying. I mean, when you talk to people, you usually think outside the box and you start to, see if they're telling you the truth, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband. You can usually read in between the lines. These people don't want to look at the situation from the real underlined what he's saying. They think it's all a joke. Oh, he said he was going to be a dictator on day one, but did you listen to the rest of the conversation? No. His first wife, I believe, said that he kept a book of, I guess, Schmittler by the bed. So, so he absolutely looks up to Schmittler, and he loves power. He can't get power, but we put him in power, which is a big, huge mistake. And I know a lot of people are regretting that. They are coming onto lives and saying, I really regret that I voted for him. But you know what? It's too late. My whole family's for him, so I don't have no family right now. But I got a great group of Democrats that are my friends. And we all hang out and we have parties and we rotate to each other's houses. And the world doesn't stop because somebody made a huge mistake. But we cannot let him monopolize taking over other countries. We cannot let him take over our lives and put us in cages because we don't agree. And that's where this is going, like history repeating itself to Nazi times.
Amen. Tell him Happy Place.
I'm telling him that we got to bite this one in the bullet. And how can a person, honest to God, any one of us, whether we're a celebrity or in the politics, everybody that would commit any of the crimes he did would have been hanging by their feet in a cell.
Yeah.
Somebody would have whooped their butt and they would have never got out, and they would have had a lifetime sentence with all the felonies he has.
Amen.
But he's wearing his ice skates. Yeah. He's skating over everybody and like saying, ha ha, look at me. I can go touch young women inappropriately. I can do this inappropriately. I can use a pew and take somebody out on 33rd Street in New York.
She's not lying. He
really said that, guys. He really said, I can do anything I want, and tough crap, I'm going to get away with it. He said that. And you guys are like, yay, go Trump. But when he starts taking away your Medicaid, your Medicare, your disability.
Thank you. That's what I wanted you to that's what I wanted them. That's what I wanted them to understand, Happy Place. he's going to
Yeah.
ruin everything they got, and they won't be able to blame the Democrats. All right.
But he's doing it like because somebody above him is paying him big money or he
Who do
owes
you think
big
is
money.
who? Elon?
It's probably him or a combination of him and Putin because I think Putin
Thank
helped
you.
him out.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, all
Well,
right, happy
thank
place.
you for letting me on. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
talking to you.
No problem. No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, W happy place in the chat. No lies detected. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is a show of force. We have people here that are out here telling the truth and waking up you Trump supporters. Like I said, I'm not going to feel bad once you get to that place of understanding where you realize there's no more Democrats to blame other than the fact that guess who? Guess who lied to you? Your daddy. Your daddy. Guess who said he was going to protect you? You know who this person is? What did he say? This is.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
That's your guy, right? That's your guy. He's gonna do it whether the women like it or not. This is the person y'all put in the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, who do we have? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I will bring you up here. But you got to be willing to tell the truth, all right? And again, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, well, he has to fix the Democrats' mess. Tom, come on up here, Tom. Please come up here real quick if you don't mind. It'll only take 2 minutes, Tom. Come on up here, Tom, and I will help you understand that you are on the wrong side of history. Who's making assumptions? I took it out of context. Oh, wait a second. Come on up here. Come on up here with your 87 followers. Please, Tom, come up. Yeah, a lot of people, they're too afraid. They are too afraid to actually get in the box and actually tell the truth. Oh, Rags. Come on up here, Rags. Rags, I've been seeing you in the chat real quick. Come right on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, would you believe it or not? Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, these Trump supporters know their days are numbered, all right? Thank goodness, thank goodness. Oh, my gosh. Don't worry. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. All right, let's see. Who do we got next? Oh, my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Well, all right, come on up here. Tiny Tank Top Tom, you've been sitting in the comment section, and you wanted to talk. I guess you're the fearless one today. What's going on? Why are all your friends so afraid to get up here and defend their daddy? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's not that they're afraid to defend him. It's you proved something yesterday.
We
know when you lose a debate because you bring up your other cultists to help support you.
So let me ask you a simple question. You graduated high school?
Yes.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you go to college?
For about a week.
I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
See,
you run a business?
You're under the impression that an education makes you smart. An education doesn't make you smart. It makes you intelligent. It makes you book smart, but it doesn't make you life smart. It doesn't give you common sense. Life is what makes you smart.
Got it. You really believe that?
Yes, I do.
So you said I lost the debate yesterday. You said I lost the debate yesterday.
Book smart, good for you.
So I love this. You said I lost the debate yesterday. So let me ask you a serious question. This gentleman that I ended up having an exchange with, my opinion about it is you can't fix. Listen up.
You went on someone else's live and started talking about him. That's how I know you lost.
I went to his live.
No, you didn't. You went to you went to G-Man's live.
After I went to his live, I went to G-Man. So again, you don't have all the facts. You don't have all the facts. And I went there because guess what? I don't have a problem talking to people. That's your issue. I don't have that problem. But let me ask you a serious question.
I'm fine with it.
Let me ask you a serious question though. So you know he didn't go to college. You know he said middle school is when he stopped.
So
you run a business?
No, I work at a business. I don't run a business.
Oh, okay. You got bank accounts and you move money around and stuff like that. Let's just hypothetically say.
I don't move money around. I have somebody who does that for me.
Okay, the person that does it for you. What would you let him do it for you?
If he could prove himself, yes.
Well, yesterday he talked to me, and I think he did well. He did a good job proving himself. So, what do you need him to verify after that? I mean, he won the debate with Zeus.
Because being smart with your own money doesn't mean I'm going to trust you with my money.
Oh, So now there's trust issues.
No, it's my money. I'm going to do everything I can to keep my money. So I want to be.
But he knew a lot of things on TikTok, right? And you know he didn't graduate middle school. And I just wanted to ask you honestly, would you put someone like that in control of your finances, Tom?
Just because he didn't finish middle school doesn't mean he went through and didn't get the training needed.
Just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. I
don't know. I would have to look into his background, see if he's not any kind of training in financing.
He just repeated a bunch of stuff he learned on the internet, bro. What more does he need to do?
You do the same thing. You do the same thing.
So you would hire him. All I'm trying to do, honestly, because he told me a serious story. He said he works at the Waffle House. He had to pick up stuff. Okay. He had to pick up feces. If there's a way for him to get a better job, I'm trying to get him connected to you because you believe in him.
I believe that everybody has the ability to learn stuff outside of school, yes.
Yeah, so you believe that he's very capable of helping you grow your business. Because of his knowledge.
And he could prove to me that he could do it, yes.
No, he's already proven it, sir. You said
how's he proven it? How's he proven it? Being on the internet doesn't prove anything. I would have to sit down, talk to him, see his history, and make my own evaluation. I'm not going to make an evaluation based upon the embarrassment you tried to make of him.
So, in other words, he didn't present a strong enough case yesterday talking to me that made you believe he was actually capable of doing it. You didn't get enough out of that exchange is what you're basically saying.
I hear you every day and you haven't convinced me you're capable of doing anything.
You know, Tom, I like this conversation because, there might be a little hope. I think deep down inside, if you didn't have that MAGA demon, you would have came to the same conclusion everybody else came to.
MAGA is a slogan. You guys have to understand that. It's a slogan only.
But Tom, one thing you didn't do is you didn't openly and proudly give him a full-throated endorsement and say, you could come work with me. I will definitely get you off of that Waffle House grill and into my business where you'll be making money hand over fist.
When you lose Nike as your supporter, what are you going to do?
What?
Every day, I know that you are sponsored by Nike. I know it. Every day you wear something from Nike.
Okay.
Every day. No one has that much stuff of one item.
So we're done with that conversation. In other words, to the gentleman that was on the live yesterday, to the gentleman on the live, hold on, let me do this. To the gentleman that came onto the live yesterday and thought he cooked, this guy that believes you cooked, he said, unfortunately, you're still not qualified to do anything.
I didn't say that.
Well, you didn't endorse him. You didn't give him that full-throated thing.
I don't endorse anybody when it comes to my finances unless I talk to them personally.
Well, would you like us to bring him up so you could talk to him?
There's no need. I mean, I heard everything I needed to hear from him yesterday.
This is what I know reality is setting in. All right. So listen, I appreciate you coming up here and defending Big Zeus in your own weird, strange
you also
way.
Threw something else to me yesterday, and every day that I listen to you,
what is that?
Right.
What is that?
That you are a narcissist. You are a cult leader. You put a W for Zeus in the chat, and your followers do it.
Anything else?
I mean,
anything else? Because it just seems to me like
I have to admit, you would know what a cult is because you run one, so you know what to look for.
This isn't a cult, though. Honestly,
yes,
this is just a bunch of people. This is just a bunch of people who want the truth.
No, they worship you, Zeus.
No. They say they support. They say this is TikTok. Let me ask you another.
Hold on. We support Trump, and you say it's a cult. So if they support you, guess what? It's
actually, it is a cult. And let me ask you this: if this is a cult, could you explain your attendance every day? You've been 100% attending.
Because I like the clown show. I love to watch great clown shows, and you are the biggest clown on TikTok.
But wouldn't that mean if you show up to the rally every day that you're also a part of the cult? Wouldn't that mean
if you want to say I'm part of the Zeus cult, then fine. I just love a good comedy show.
Fair enough.
I mean, the people you bring up, they're all angry because we say things they don't like.
What do you
They
mean?
come up here and they do nothing but have a bitch fest.
Oh, wait a second. Now keep it clean. No, listen. You know, I don't.
They have meltdowns because we don't say things we say things they don't like, and then they get up here and they do nothing but belittle, berate, and try to embarrass your guests.
Give me an example. Give me an example of that, Tom, because
Q-Dog, Nutty,
Q-Dog, Nutty. These are all black guys.
Takesha.
Oh, these are all black people, Tom.
Shay,
These are minority. Now these are all people of color. Tom,
then bring up other people to support you when you have a guest up here.
I bring up a lot of other people, but you're bringing up names.
No. When you lose a debate, there's 4 people you bring up.
Wait. First of all, I don't lose debates. Number one,
yes,
because
you do. You lost yesterday.
No, I didn't. Remember, I just asked you, would you hire that person, and you said no.
Yes, I would hire him. If I sat down and I talked to him and I was impressed with him, yes, I would hire him.
You are impressed with him. You're up here groveling about him.
No, I'm saying that you lost to somebody. Wait. You lost to somebody who didn't graduate middle school.
No. You know what's so funny about that? You didn't hear the part where I said you can't fix stupid? That was one of those moments, right? Because the simple way of looking at anybody up here...
now he's stupid because he didn't graduate middle school?
I'm saying that obviously you wouldn't hire somebody that you know isn't qualified to do the job, correct? And I asked you...
I'm not qualified until I sit down and talk to him myself.
And you won't do it. Because I asked you, do you want me to bring him up here and talk to him?
For one, we don't live in the same state, and I'm not going to travel to talk to him.
Well, no, but he's an expert. So if he's an expert at what he's talking about...
I think he's an expert, and that's fine. And you think you're an expert at what you do.
And you believe he's an expert, so why not make the thing happen?
No, I didn't say he was an expert. I said I would hire him if I sat down and talked to him, and I was impressed with him.
But according to the conversation yesterday, you said you weren't impressed with him enough to actually do it. So there's some people up here that they said they wanted to push back. Now, you're going to consider this me losing a debate? I don't give a darn. All right, but I actually consider this me facilitating very important conversations.
Because he's going to come up and tell me the 2 stories he has, right?
Well, I might bring up Q-Dog. I might bring up someone else. Hold on a quick second. Hold on up here. Hold on. I'll start with the first person. All right, my good friend Takesha. Hi, Takesha. Oh, he dropped. Why did he drop?
Let me say this. Let me say this, Zoo, because I wasn't even going to get in the box today because my voice going out. But I done told that big, fat, ugly, 4-eyed fool to keep my name out his mouth. I don't ever say anything about his country-looking A, nor his homely-looking wife. So what he need to do is never in life call my name again, you Fox 6 WBRC PBS-looking idiot. Do not ever call my name again. I don't fool with you. I don't call your name. I don't say anything about you. So keep my name out of your ugly, twisted, funky face mouth. Do that for me. You talk about whoever else you want to, but I don't bring you up and don't bring me up.
Don't let him get to you like that, Takesha. You know he's missing a lot of important lessons in life.
No, because I was done with him when he called me out my name. I ain't said nothing else about that fool. I don't even bring him up. Keep my name out your mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now have a good day.
Kiki has spoken. W Takesha in the chat. He's racist and jealous. Wow. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, these people, this is somebody, you wouldn't believe this stuff. All right. Santana, welcome, brother. How are you doing?
Good.
He ran.
Listen, he did. I first of all, good morning, Zeus. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing? Yeah. I'm doing all right.
Good. Yeah, no, I mean, I just wanted an opportunity to speak with him because he said something interesting, and I just wanted to run a thought experiment with him as far as like the cult, right? And how he feels like people say that they're in a cult, but this is a quote unquote cult.
Right.
And I think there's a difference between understanding that there's a following and people that support or community versus someone being brainwashed and willing to do whatever the other person says. You know, there was an interesting conversation that was had like a couple of days ago where someone said that, oh, Barack Obama needs to come out and tell all the Democratic Party to support Donald Trump, you know, after the whole exchange at Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Right.
And I think the piece that MAGA is missing that is that there can be anyone that can come out and say, hey, you guys need to do this, and no one's going to just fall in line because, you know, we're not a cult. Right, we believe in a political party. We believe in a certain idea. We believe in progression, but we're not beholden to one person. And
Yeah.
Donald Trump can tell them to jump, and even the Republicans in Congress has literally out of their own mouth said they will say if Donald Trump says jump while patting your head, you'll say how high while patting your head, and that's why you're in a cult. And this is not a cult. And so
Tell them.
that was all I really had.
Tell them
Just a little bit.
Santana. W Santana in the chat. But do you think these people are jealous? Because, you know, he listed a bunch of people, all right? And it sounds like he has a problem with people of color, if you ask me. And do you think that's
Well, you
indicative of
know.
MAGA?
You know, I people like to say that I like to race bait, but the simple fact of the matter is that you had the opportunity to name multiple names. He said that he watches every day, right? So
Yes.
he's obviously a fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, being a fan, he knows the people that are on the panel, but he took that opportunity to call out the people of color specifically. All right. So, I mean, I think that was him internalizing either hatred or the fact that he felt less than because he's not someone that gets an opportunity to come in front of your audience and
Mm-hmm.
spout his hatred, bigotry, and ignorance. So, I think that's what it is.
There you go. There you go. Well, listen, brother, we're gonna keep addressing and calling the demon out for what it
You
is,
know it.
and I
You
appreciate
know
your
it.
fearlessness about doing it. All right, because a lot of people don't do it like that. All right.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, thank you. I'm gonna drop down. I'll be listening. I just, like I said, I wanted to run through that with him, but he ran faster
He
than I
said his
was.
wife came home and she's more important to us. But it's just so funny the timing, right?
It's always something at that very moment. It's always something. So I don't know.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Zeus, you have a good one. I'll be listening.
All right. W Santana Jones in the chat. No lies detected. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? No, sir. You wanted to come up here and talk to Big Zeus. How are you? What is it that I can help you with? All right.
What's up, man?
And none of that identity politics stuff that you like to bring in here. But
What you mean? That's what
uh,
politics is all about. You identify with a crypt keeper.
mm,
That photo in the background is scary, dude.
yeah, but I don't know if you are aware of what Biden has done to save this country,
Hey,
because I think for the most part you're like everybody else. You've believed all of Donald Trump's lies and you've
yeah,
ignored the realities.
well, shout out to Brother Santana. I don't agree with him. And I don't understand why y'all don't understand that the Democrat Party, along with BLM, don't like black men anyway. So heterosexual black men anyway. So I
Well,
don't understand why
so
y'all stopping for them.
the first question that comes to my mind is, so you're telling me that MAGA loves heterosexual black men?
It ain't about who love you. You got to know
Well,
who
you
don't.
introduced
And
that
the left
nonsense.
don't.
You introduced
The
that
left don't.
concept.
I watched the black community decline over the last 30 years, and the Democrat Party has been at the forefront.
So, sir, I'm just trying to get it clear in my head. You introduced this concept that the left doesn't love
It's not a
heterosexual.
concept. It's
You
the
said
truth.
the left doesn't love heterosexual black men.
They don't
So,
like you. No.
okay, so the impression that I'm getting now is there's a place that loves heterosexual black men. Where, right?
No, I
Where?
didn't say that.
So where?
Well, it's supposed to be each other, but that's not going to happen
So
because
you
y'all keep pushing the leftist policies on everybody.
so
And don't nobody want to see that. Don't nobody
so
want to be a part of that.
So let me get this. Let me get clarification on this. Is the party you voting for that you voted alongside with? Do they actually show love to the black community the
Actually,
way?
I think that the rainbow community actually lost the election for the left.
But you're not answering any of my questions.
What was the question? You didn't answer the
Where's
question.
a safe space for black heterosexual men? Which party? The one that votes alongside the triple
Well,
Ks and all the other groups, or the
the triple
Democrat?
Ks. That's an imaginary group y'all keep bringing up. I think trauma.
It's an
I think.
imaginary
I
group.
think.
Did
I
you
think Trump
wait, sir,
triggers some
sir,
type of
sir,
inferiority complex in
sir,
black men for
sir,
some reason.
sir, sir? So you
Why
think
is that?
the triple K is like the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus, right?
No, I live my life freely. I really don't worry about anybody,
Yeah, but you didn't
including
answer
on
my
me.
question. And you didn't answer the question, and this is why some of these conversations,
Have
I
you ever
really
came across the triple K before?
have I
Yeah.
can't. I put it this way. I know I can't say I haven't, right? Because they're out there, and
You didn't answer the question.
they're just not. You go to a park late at night, and I found a group of people. No, these people are actually out here in the public, and they work in federal agencies, state agencies. They walk around like regular people. So
Do,
you can't rule out the fact that you've ran into a person like this, and you can see it with MAGA in particular. You
do,
really can see this. Listen to what Donald Trump says. Listen to his rhetoric, and look at how many people actually fall in line with it and don't even push back when he says some of that stuff. Like,
do you understand that the
how come
left
how come
actually?
can I ask a question? Why do you never
Right.
push back when Donald Trump says things that are, racist? Why don't you?
What did he say that's racist? I never heard him say
Okay, how about this? I mean, I play it all the time.
They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic
Now
jobs.
flip
You
that.
haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Now I know what your mind is going to do. You're going to tell me I'm not listening to it correctly, or I'm
Yeah, because
taking
you
it
don't
out
know
of
what a black
context.
job is.
Yeah. I'm taking it out of context, right? So this is the problem right now with people like yourself. Uh, while you want to sit up here and try to say it's the Democrats, what you're really doing is what I call projection, right? Every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession, right? And none of you have the courage to look at Donald Trump and tell him no. If he really tells you to do something, some people say grab your ankles. Honestly, bro, I think you would do it. You would have no choice.
But I think y'all pushing everything that Joe Biden is and always has been, and y'all putting it all on Trump. You know what I mean? That man is literally got connections to the triple K.
But
Right or wrong?
listen, you can't be at Joe Biden's age. It would be foolish of me to say there's not any racism that he's lived and been through or even committed on his part. But the thing is, I understand Joe Biden is not being an active racist. He's doing things to try to push back against that bias that he has going on.
And you
He's
notice,
not out here fanning the flames, right? There's very fine people on both sides, in Charlottesville. He's not telling the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. Actually, he had a black woman as his vice president. He actually put a black woman on the highest court in the
oh,
Supreme
here we
Court.
go with that.
And you all want to sit there and go, oh, that's DEI hired, that's DEI. But guess what? I also know
Yeah, she don't know what a woman
but
is.
but
I
I
really
but I
don't
but I
trust. I
but
don't
I
trust
also
anybody that don't know what a woman is.
but and while you're sitting there having that little moment to yourself, oh, I got oh man, what is a woman? Right? There's real people going through real things in this world right now in this country. And you know what really helps out is when you get into those spaces, you go through the criminal justice system and whoa, my public defender, we don't think they do a great job, but there are people of color. The people on the bench, they're people of color. That provides a little bit of reassurance to a lot of people that this isn't just the good old boys club, right?
Yep, like the
Yeah. So
left.
so
But
so
again, like that young man that came up here, he cooked you like a waffle on the Waffle House stove.
that's
And you
funny,
wanted to insult the man, and you
and
wanted to
that's
insult
funny,
that
and
man
that's
because
funny.
he graduated from middle school.
Let me ask you the question, because every time
And that's
someone
the
says that,
problem. That's the
sir,
problem with
sir,
the
sir,
community.
sir, sir. So now we moved off of that topic because Donald Trump is
Yeah, because I
racist.
don't got a lot of time,
Well,
man.
let me ask a question that I asked the previous guest. Would you hire him to run your business?
I'm not a business owner, but I would definitely hire him. I mean, he cooked you. I'll hire you.
Well, I'd hired him to cook some eggs too, but that's not an
Yeah.
issue. But I'm asking you, would you hire him to run your business?
I
Meaning,
mean, it depends on if the
no,
business
no,
is a
no.
Waffle
Listen,
House. Yeah, I
listen.
hire him to run my business.
In what position? In what capacity?
I mean, he can be a manager, he can cook, whatever.
Oh, okay. So you're
If
one
I
of
was a
those.
Waffle House owner, I'm gonna hire that man.
You're gonna hire him to do what? Cook you the books?
He can run the store, possibly. I know a lot of people that got skills like that.
Man, okay, well,
It's a starting spot, man. And
well,
y'all made
hey, hey,
and y'all
and
and
this is the
three
part.
black men came up
Hey,
here,
hey, hey,
insulted him,
hey,
and
hey.
belittled him, man. That was wrong, man.
He cooked, but we're wrong. I mean, this stuff doesn't make sense. I get it. You all want somebody to rally behind and say they got Zeus, they got Q Dog, they got Nutty. But honestly, in the real
I
world,
don't care
sir,
about the
listen,
debate.
listen,
I don't
listen,
care about the
listen.
debate. I
In
don't
the
care
real
about that.
world, right? There has to be a point where you say, okay, that's enough. For instance, right now I asked you, would you hire this person? And you said, yeah. At this point, you win. Because I'm not going to get into an argument with somebody like you at this point to explain to you why you would be putting your business at risk hiring somebody with a middle school education, all right, that knows a lot of stuff that he can repeat on TikTok. That's all you looked at. If you put that person to be in charge of your finances, Godspeed. Godspeed, brother, all right? I seriously.
All right, bro. I appreciate you bringing me out, though. And like I
Yeah.
said, one day you're gonna wake up, man, and you're gonna realize the danger that the left is and the danger that they cause. Like I said, over the last 30 years, the black community has failed.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
it's time to turn the tides and get this thing back on track, man. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and I want you to keep believing that delusion, right? Just like you believe that hiring somebody unqualified to run your business is a great idea. There's really nothing else I can do.
I mean, some people just need a chance, man.
I get that,
Trump got a
but
chance and he
okay.
made it work. That's all.
So you're going to put somebody in that doesn't have experience just to give them a chance, and you're going to jeopardize everything you built just to give a brother a chance. You know, you're a bigger person than I thought, all right? But unfortunately, I'm not going down that path with you, all right? Like, he's 48 years old. How many more chances does he need?
He's
You
48. That's cool. I mean, I commend that.
Yeah,
When you
okay.
make an honest living in America, man, I commend that. I'm not gonna belittle him.
Yeah, but do
And
you
that was a
make
shame what you guys did yesterday.
it was a shame. Well, maybe it'll be a shame what I do next. All right, I got to move
All
it
right, I
on.
appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. What? And this is going to be a shame next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is why a lot of people. And this guy got to go to the Lake of Fire, sir. You got to
That's
go to the
what's
Lake
up.
of Fire.
Hey, if I don't talk to you again after the 20th, I do appreciate you though, and I want you to have success, man. Even through this next 4 years, I'm sure Trump will look out for you. Thanks for bringing me out, man.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I got to take care of business, Jim. Unfortunately, anybody that wants to hire somebody that they know ain't qualified, something's wrong with you. And you voted for Donald Trump and you know he's not qualified. So clearly the MAGA demon is doing quite a number on people out here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send No Sir straight to the Lake of Fire.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
The questions that I ask, ladies and gentlemen, there's certain times where you have to say, I'm not even going any further. Once we come to the conclusion that you're dealing with somebody that's being completely unreasonable, it's like, how deep do we need to get into this? The logic. Oh, so you're going to hire somebody that, quote, cooks on TikTok to run your finances because they were able to regurgitate some talking points that they've rehearsed several times, but literally they have no real world experience. This is the way they think. Yes, Zeus. And believe it or not, they really will vote for this person. They really will pick people like this. And you can see as a result of this election, right? This is why I say I really did, how intelligent a lot of people in this country are. I grossly underestimated. And that's the one thing I will acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go on, ladies and gentlemen, to the next panelist. Oh my goodness, the guest box has swelled up. Okay, his wife is gone. You wanted to come back up here and defend yourself, Tom?
Sorry, my wife came home and I needed to say goodbye to her. So she's more important than you guys, so I got off of there.
All right, now there's other folks that they wanted to come up and talk to you. You right?
That's cool.
All right, so who do you want to talk to first? I see.
Whichever one you want to bring up.
Yeah, okay, and again, I'll try to keep these.
Hey, Q Dog, can I hear the two stories you got?
I'll let Q Dog. I'll let Q Dog talk first.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I want to hear why you lurk on my page and until I blocked you.
Like that's weird, dude.
I lurk on your page.
You lurk on my page. Everybody.
I made one.
Everybody on TikTok.
I saw one video.
Stop talking.
I made one comment.
Stop
I made
talking.
one comment.
Stop talking.
That's lurking. Okay, that's cool.
Do you know how to close your mouth?
Tom,
do you
close your mouth when your wife
you monologue a lot?
We gotta do it one at a time.
You monologue.
Pretend your wife is in the room.
So Tom,
you monologue.
Tom, I brought Q Dog up so that we can get this thing, the bury the hatchet. You gotta stop. You gotta
stop. Zeus.
You gotta stop.
My page. Stalks my
I had one
video.
comment. I made one comment on one video.
He's weird.
I made one comment on.
He acts like he's one of those.
But that's lurking, making one comment
he acts
on one
like
video.
Them people that people in prison don't like that mess with children. That's what he acts like. I had to block this dude, and he has a couple little culprits in the chat as well.
Nasty. So Tom, this is what I'm gonna say.
Substance.
Tom, this is what I'm gonna say. Could you just relax and not go to just leave Q Dog alone? Why not just do that?
I made one comment on one video.
You're obsessed like a female, dude.
Well,
you're obsessed like a female.
Well, we don't want to use that strong language.
Then you're obsessed with
Zeus.
Then Q Dog, you're obsessed with Zeus.
What does my friendship have to do? My friendship with Zeus.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What I just did is I had enough of that. I gotta go because I saw where that was going, and I said, that's a little too much. If folks listen, we have to have good, clean, and respectful conversations. All right, you got it. There's an art to this. All right, so I do recognize that I will have to do the facilitation of these things. All right, let me bring up somebody a little lighter. All right, let's go. Good morning, Shay. What is going on? Are we crashing out on TikTok before the app gets deleted? Is that what's going on?
I think so. I think so.
DJ, welcome. Yes. So
there's a lot of that. Yeah.
I've been noticing it. It seems like a lot of people are. I don't know what to make of this.
I mean, it's silly that they're butthurt that we talked to a young man that admitted he has a kindergarten graduation because he didn't graduate from middle school. So there's a few graduations in your life. There's one from kindergarten, there's one from middle school, and there's one from high school, and then if you go further, there's more than that.
Yeah.
So basically, he has a kindergarten diploma. Is how how any employer would look at his resume.
Right.
Period. End of story. And that's not being judgmental to him. That's not being cruel to him. That's not attacking him. As an educator, I can tell you, the fact that he had 34 years of his life to go back to school. He's 48. He had 34 years to go back to school to get a better and higher job, right? To excel. To prove himself, to negate what was blocking his success in life.
But Shay, he
chose
knows
not to do that.
Shay,
That's what
the cooking angle, because you go look at it. He's learned a few things on the internet, and he can repeat it like it's his favorite song.
100%.
Are you not genuinely impressed that a person that's capable of doing that? This is the question, right?
Right.
Are you not genuinely impressed?
Yeah, I was impressed when my son at 3 years old could work an iPad better than me. Okay? People can learn. That's not the problem. And yes, he obviously has schooled himself. He spoke very educated.
Yeah.
In many ways. He did. He absolutely does. And what's a shame, what I think we're trying to get at is that he has stumped his own life. If you have that intelligence to pick up on information and explain yourself in an educated way, which he does, I will give him that props. He's not a dumb man at all.
Right.
He's an intelligent man. He is. But the problem is you have chosen for 34 years of your life to negate your possibilities, to get a better job, to get out of your financial situation, to be able to be married, to raise a family and all of that. And to sit there and say, I'm fine at Waffle House and studying on the internet, that's fine. You can do that. But But that doesn't mean that we've got to give you credence, because the thing that education does, right, no common sense, exactly. The thing that education does in going to college that separates out some people is that you have to you learn critical thinking skills in college. And
Yeah.
sometimes in the higher, like, high schools and parochial schools and stuff like that, I know, because I was a high school teacher and a professor. Like, the things that we teach them are giving them fundamental skills. Yes, you have to memorize a bunch of stuff and you have to, that kind of stuff. But you're having to learn knowledge that you never would search out on your own, and you're having to delve through things that you don't find interesting.
Bingo.
That is what education
David
does.
Rodriguez, yes, it does. This is the problem here. We have a huge lack of understanding issue in this country. I never thought this would be what it turned into, but this is what it is. Like you said, Shay.
Yeah, I mean, it's critical thinking is important, and that's why, he decided to learn a few things and decided to, I'm just Dominican, I'm not black. He plays these roles because he hasn't been able to explain anything. I don't even know if he's been to the Dominican Republic, but regardless of that, it's just there's a lot of people going around on this app claiming that there's something, but they're not into the culture at all.
Fair enough.
Understand the culture, but I will say, a tiny tank top Tom. I was in the shower, heard my name could fly out of your mouth.
Oh,
yeah. So let's be real clear. You're a very insecure man.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he's highly insecure, and he likes to come up on your panel so that he can get attention. That's why he turns on the camera. Right. He knows there's over 1,000 people watching him, and he just wants to get that attention.
It's very sad.
That's why he goes around after Q Dog, and he goes around after black men. He's pushing this really sad narrative because he's a very insecure man. He is.
And well, I really do hope he listens to this feedback that you've been so gracious in terms of giving him, because you could have charged him. Right, you really should have charged him. Me, you, Q Dog, Nutty. We all should be charging these Trump supporters for this level of education that they're getting. All right, because if he really, I think if they paid for it, they would actually value it, because there's a such thing as bought sense. Right, people tend to learn a lot more when they pay for it. Right, and that's the problem right here. Right, these folks, they don't want to learn, they don't want to pay, they don't want to invest in themselves. And that's what I took away from conversations like the one that I had yesterday. They keep bringing it up. I say, well, what are you going to say to somebody who's hell bent on believing what they believe and it's wrong? What are you going to say to them?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't. There's nothing really we can say. All we can try to do is show evidence and let everything else speak for itself. So now we have a president that is a felon, and that would have been a federal felon had this case been able to go through. So the Jack Smith report is out. If you have the balls and the nerve and the willingness to learn, go read the report.
If they can, if you can read and comprehend, if you can.
And at least it's too late. So you've done your vote, can't take it back. We're going to be stuck with this guy that literally tried to seize power again. And if that's okay with you, then that's you have to look yourself in the mirror and understand that you're not really an American if you feel that way.
Yeah.
It's just really sad, but it is what it is. We did what we could. I blame a lot of things for why that didn't happen, but this is power succeeds, right? Wealthy money succeeds in this country. And that's just what's going on with all of that. And it's very, very sad. And no, sir, he is pushing white supremacist talking points. And it's sad as a black man that he does that. And what I mean by that is he's anti-LGBTQ, right? There's white supremacist talking points, i.e. into the very alt-right Christian stuff, because why do you think the Triple K has a cross, right? So they're also they're alt-right Christians, right?
Yep.
So when you're pushing anti-LGBTQ and you believe the reason that the black population has stayed at 13-14%, because they're being infiltrated by homosexuality. That's what he's talking about. Those are white supremacist talking points.
Bingo.
And it's sad when you see people of color that have been indoctrinated into those beliefs. So I'm not going to look at my own issues. I'm going to, again, attack a group of people that never have done anything to you. So you're anti-LGBTQ, you're anti-
You hear that, sir? No, sir? Go ahead. Yeah.
That's what you're doing, sir. The homosexuals, LGBTQIA has not affected your life or the black population because gay people can adopt, sir. So I don't know why, you have to look at yourself as to why you're pushing these narratives.
Every MAGA accusation, Shay, is a MAGA confession. And I love it when they get up here and they start pointing the finger, because the first place my mind goes is you finally are starting to tell on yourself. All right. Yeah. And we're going to keep letting them tell on themselves. All right. And exposing them. All right, Shay. Well, listen, I got to move it on, my good friend.
Man, thanks for having me up.
All right. W. Shay in the chat. No lies detected. Yeah. Tell them the platform is for awareness. All right. And we're all getting what we get out of it, ladies and gentlemen. We're all getting what we need out of this. All right. Let's bring up my good friend Straight Facts. Hey, I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How you doing, Kingdom?
All right. Listen, we're happy to see you here. All right. Once again, we're in the Thunderdome where anything goes.
Well, good, because I came up here because of No Sir. Now, I don't know about this 48-year-old unintellectual. It sounds like he's illiterate. But anyway, I came up in here to talk to No Sir, because he almost got it, Zeus. He almost got it.
What do you mean?
You notice when you said, well, what does the Republican Party think about African American males? You notice that he didn't respond. He didn't respond because he wants to be willfully ignorant to the fact that he has no home in the Republican Party. I will go so far as to say this. No, sir, if you're still in the audience, go ahead on and answer this question for me. Who is Robert E. Lee, sir? Who's Robert E. Lee? I think that if you go ahead and Google Robert E. Lee, you will understand that it is the Republican Party of today who is fighting to keep the statues of Robert E. Lee, who was a Confederate general. You know, the Confederates that fought to enslave African Americans in this country. If it was what you are saying, if it was the Democratic Party that had a problem with African American men, they would be the ones protesting for the monuments to stay up, but they're not. They're asking for the monuments to be taken down. So when you guys come in here with that kind of silly line of logic, and you think that we're not smart enough to understand that you are not smart enough to get exactly what's going on in this country, they do not have a place for you. You should ask Gummy Tim Scott.
W Straight Facts.
Go talk to those gentlemen, because they bent over and grabbed their ankles for a place in that cabinet, and they got a place nowhere. But yet you still come up in here capping for the YT supremacy, just like Shay said. And Timmy Scott, Tom, whatever the hell your name is, man, you need to keep people's name out your mouth. Shay is absolutely correct. We have figured out what exactly is going on with y'all. You're just like Kenny. You don't get any attention at home. So what you decided to do was come up and be a provocateur on our lives. That's why I don't let y'all into my life, because I don't have time for the nonsense. I don't have time to hold these little hands that need attention.
You got little hands.
They got little hands, and they got LWCs. And they're mad because nobody wants to be bothered with them. I'm surprised that Tim even has a Durgon wife. I feel sorry for the young lady. because he gets up in here every single day complaining about Zeus, but the first thing he does is turn his camera on as soon as he gets up on the panel, just like Keisha said.
I can't. Y'all cracking me up this morning. W straight facts, no lies detected. She's not lying, ladies and gentlemen.
So from now on, when you guys come up in here and you be so jealous of Zeus because he has beautiful women that follow him and they love the way he looks and they love the things that he talks about because he's an honorable man, you need to go check yourself in your own mirror. Stop playing with us, MAGA. You're mad because Laura Loomer then told the truth. Let me say this real quick.
Get him straight facts, ladies and gentlemen. Straight facts is not playing this morning.
I'm not playing because Laura Loomer said exactly this. Where is she at? Where's my Laura Loomer at? Hold on, y'all.
I think Elon put her on ice, right? Didn't he say?
Put her on ice, honey. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He didn't told her butt right on off. Here she go. Laura Loomer says, it's crazy how hard some of us work to help get President Trump and J.D. Vance elected, and now the big tech donors are just deliberately silencing us online. You hear that, MAGA? Silencing us online. Is this what we can expect over the next 4 years? Will the base be erased by the checkbooks of big tech billionaires? It's outrageous how this has still not been addressed for 2 weeks. It's really a slap in the face. And you guys know what she means about what's addressing to that H-1B visa.
Correct.
That the bros are coming over here and take. See, MAGA assumed that they were all on the same page. They were against all immigrants. But apparently they're not. Oh, so I just got flagged. I'm gonna go ahead and leave now, but I thank y'all so much.
All right.
Flag me because that means I'm telling the truth. Have a good day.
All right. W straight facts. We can't get flagged. No. Don't do no reporting. No. We're telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen. There's no reason to be upset when the guests come up here and they start telling the truth like that. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to do better. Seriously, you Trump supporters. Again, I've been nice. You should too. Well, then again, I understand why you're so triggered right now. Again, let me go ahead and play it for you, MAGA-possessed demons.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
No, sir, and I hope you listened to what Straight Facts said. And to any of you Trump supporters, we're getting to the point where we don't even feel like it's necessary or appropriate to explain things any longer. It's just going to be us basically reviewing what's going on in your world and helping you to understand, oh, you've messed up, and you've messed up quite big. Rags, good morning. How are you? Good morning. How can I help you this morning? I see you sent Big Zeus a guest request. Did you do that on accident?
No, I didn't. What's up, Zeus? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. You voted for Trump, correct?
I did, yes, sir.
Yeah. So I invited you up earlier. You sat in the comment section. You rejected it, and then all of a sudden, you built up the courage to come up here and talk to me. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, well, just a quick question. I sit there and listen to your conversations, and I believe, when people, I don't believe in racism. I believe in each other. I believe in our country, and I believe you do. I believe you do. I have nothing bad to say about you.
Well, I do acknowledge that racism exists. Yes, I don't believe it doesn't exist. Is that what you're?
It exists. It does. It does.
Okay, great.
My point of view on it is this. My point of view is if you don't know a person and you judge them, maybe you should get to know them before you judge what they stand up for. And myself, I don't believe in racism. Because I will be honest to you, and you can take it to wherever you want it. This is the thing. The world today has a lot to do with that. And I think even the Democrats, even the Republicans, everybody in the United States of America needs to wake up and realize that we're all one, no matter what side you're on. And when you judge a person, and like for this, I get judged a lot for who I stand up for. I'm a redneck. I believe in football. I like to drink beer. I do it all.
You're a man's man.
That's right. But this is the thing. They judge me because because of who I am and who I voted for. Okay, but this is the thing. I have a biracial son. Just listen to me. And I love the kid more than anything in the world. I would whoop somebody's ass if they fucked with him. And I got listen, and I have a biracial granddaughter, and I would do the same thing for her. But this is the thing. But see, people judge me because I voted for Donald Trump. I don't seem to think that's the way it should be in life.
Do you feel this is deep? Honestly, this story that this struggle you got going on, Rags, this is deep.
Struggle.
And I believe you're being honest about what you're living in terms of the people in your, but I also do believe that you're conflicted.
That's not true. I'm not conflicted.
Well,
why would you say I'm conflicted? Why would you say that?
I'm trying to think about it in a way that it lands very well with you. So we're aware that racism is real.
It is.
And we understand that people can say things that, push narratives that, basically come from I would say the white supremacist side of life, right?
Yeah, right.
You know about there's such thing as dog whistles and, fanning the flames. You know of those concepts, correct?
Correct.
All right. So a person going around saying things that a lot of people, especially people of color, are basically giving them feedback and saying, that's racist. And they go around and then they continue to say it. What do you say about that person?
Sorry, I was talking to my wife. Go ahead.
What do you say to the person? So a person of color calls someone out for being or saying something that's racist, right? Because people today, you're not out here basically using slurs all the time, being racist. It's a lot more covert these days, right? So when a person gets called out maybe for like a microaggression or something like that and say, hey, you know what, I found your statement was racist. And then the person says, no, it's not. I'm going to keep saying it. What do you say about that?
Well, I seem to think if you're saying anything racist myself, I don't like it, and I'm not gonna, as long as they're not talking about, me, as the way I look at let that guy speak his mind.
But you know what you just said that I didn't catch, you said what you said. You said as long as they're not talking about you, but you also acknowledge that you have your wife is black.
No,
or
my wife. My wife.
You have biracial. You have biracial kids. That's what you said. You didn't say black, right?
Actually, my wife is white. She had a biracial son, and I adopted him when he was 6 years old.
And you also said that if they did anything to harm them, you would go through hell to protect and defend them, correct?
100%.
And this is why I say you're conflicted, because words have impact, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And if somebody says something that's racist and offensive about your stepson, according to you, you would go to defend them.
Absolutely, 100%.
But then at the same time, what you honestly done is you voted for somebody that's saying racist things that are harmful to your son. So this is why I say you're conflicted.
Oh,
you see what I mean? Because whether you want to believe it or not, your stepson is looking at you and he's going, okay, I hear you saying you would defend me and protect me, but I can't wrap my mind around the fact that, this guy Donald Trump says things that are racist. You know that racists identify with him very well. And even though he denies being a racist,
my son voted for Donald Trump. Do you realize that?
What state are you in?
I'm in the state of Arizona. And my son is more redneck than me, Zeus. He's more redneck than me. Do you realize that?
So,
he is more redneck than me.
And again, that's what I call, not really being fully aware of the situation. So are you aware that during the Confederate, there were black Confederates?
There is.
You know about that, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
And their belief system was such that if they stuck with the Confederate, they would somehow still be able to obtain their freedom. So the delusion of a person that's a person of color, right, voting for Donald Trump then becomes the issue, because then it'd be like roaches for raid, chickens for chicken nuggets kind of thing. Yeah, you can do it, but a person that's thinking critically would look at that and say, "Why would you do that, knowing that you're basically voting for your own demise?"
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you racist?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
I could be prejudiced though, honestly, but
No,
I don't.
you're right.
I can be biased. I can have that, right? And there's parts of me that I could actually even go as far as to say that some would say, at times I could be misogynist, and those are things that I have to be fully aware of, and then know I gotta actively work on those things hypothetically, right? And when people say things about like, hey, you're being misogynist, or I process that what you said is a little bias or prejudice. It's not on me to go, oh no, that's not what it was. I actually have to take that feedback and think to myself, like, okay, do I really want to be facilitating that kind of behavior, or do I really want to humble myself and do the work?
I mean, I have another question. I heard you guys talking about that.
So wait a second. So that's the part that I think you got to work on, right? I think you need to do a deep dive, honestly, into yourself and say, hey, how can I really say I'm defending my stepson,
It's
but
not
at the same,
son. He has my last name. He is my son.
Okay, you call him your son, even better. So how can you openly say I defend my son, but then vote for people or support people that push ideas and rhetoric that is harmful, and it's not just because of the direct impact, but you also understand that in the real world, there's people who listen to what Trump says and take him at his word and get out here and do stuff.
Because in the real world, there's a lot of people that listen to what the Democrats and Joe Biden had to say too, right? Right? Come on.
Yes. Yeah, but that had nothing to do.
Difference. So what with what I believe in and what somebody else believes in? I don't care what you believe in.
Well, the difference is that Joe Biden isn't out here telling the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by, right? And Joe Biden is not telling, during Charlottesville, he's not the one saying there's very fine people on both sides, right? He's not out here blowing a dog whistle like Donald Trump is, the size of a foghorn, all right? And Joe Biden is actively confronting things that he knows he's been, seen as doing that clearly were racist, right? He appointed Kamala Harris to be his vice president. That's a black woman, right? He put Judge Ketanji Brown on the Supreme Court. And he's doing things behind the scene to actually advocate for, getting more what I call diversity in this country and getting people in positions of power that traditionally would be blocked out, right? So I would look at those two situations, and then I would say, obviously, Joe Biden being a person who grew up in the time that he grew up, definitely had situations where it was clear he was being racist, but he's also done things that actually help demonstrate he's working on it, right?
What do you think of that guy? He's pretty cool, ain't it?
Huh?
What do you think of your president right there? What do you think about that?
What does that got to do with what I'm talking about, Rags?
I don't know. You're trying to say that, just because of what we believe in.
Rags, seriously, I thought you were taking this conversation serious.
I am, but you're not.
How am I not taking it serious?
Because you just seem to think everybody. You just seem to think everybody that's MAGA is all racist, and we don't believe in America and everything else. But that's not the way it is.
Well, the part that you said about not believing in America, now that gets into the seditionist, treasonous behavior that I saw on January 6th, and I don't want to get into that. Listen up. We have. Let me see, Cabria, are you there, my sister? Are you there, Cabria? Are we still on, Cabria? Because I know we have a special opportunity. The thing is this, Rags. You did something wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong.
And what you're doing is you're ignoring what I've told you, and now you're just deflecting and you're going into doing what I call, this immature stuff that a lot of Trump supporters do once they get hit with the truth. You got to work on your racism, honestly. And I don't buy it that you really care for your son. I don't buy it, honestly, that you really care for him if you're actively voting and supporting somebody like Donald Trump. I'm gonna be honest, because that picture. And you said he voted. I would say, he's behind enemy lines. He's compromised. He has to do what he has to do to blend in that habitat that he's in right now. And that's just a sad reality.
There you go once again. you're judging me, and that you shouldn't.
You've explained yourself very clearly to a lot of us.
The way you treat people.
I'm giving people the information they need to become better. It's nothing about me treating them. I don't know you. You don't know me. But what I did was I listened to your situation that you're in, and I'm giving you a perspective that your son can't give you, because I am a person of color in this country, right? I live in this country, and I know, and you would have to also admit, I probably experienced things you would never experience as a result of my complexion. That's just a reality, bro.
I was born in the United States, but my genes.
Did you hear what I just said?
So
Did you hear what I just said, Rags?
I heard everything you said.
Okay, what did I say? I said I live in this country, and I'm a different complexion than you present. Possibly, I don't know. I didn't see you with your camera on, but I have a different lived experience, and there's a lot of people like me, whether they're women or other people out here, men, and you're not valuing those perspectives, sir. You're just living in your bubble.
You see, that's the whole thing. It's not what about where you came from. I mean, I came from the hood, if you really want to know the truth. Truthfully.
Could you turn your camera on? Let me see this hood figure. Turn your camera on if you don't mind. I want to see this person from the hood.
I came from East St. Louis. I was born in East.
Could you please turn the camera on if you don't mind? Let's see who this person from the hood is, because I would love to get an idea.
Sure. Do you see me right there on my face?
Jesus Christ. Hold on. Okay. What I'm going to do.
I was born in East St. Louis. Do you realize that?
Hold on. I'm going to bring up. Hold on, Cabria. I see you, my sister. We'll get to this moment. I'm going to talk. Hold on. I want to talk to attacking. This is.
He's the guy sitting down, not standing up. Hey, Rags.
I see how that works.
I got a question. I got a couple questions for you, Rags. Rags.
Hold on, Rags.
I got a couple. First off, Zeus, Q Dog wants to come up too. Rags,
I can't do the Q Dog right now. I got other things that I got to do. But please,
Rags, I got a question for you. Are you
Rags?
Are you biased in certain situations? Yes or no?
Bias? What I mean, it all depends on what you mean by bias.
Well, let me ask you a question. So I looked at your page.
Put my picture and put on your.
You have to listen, Rags, to answer a question.
Rags, I don't got much time, Rags. I'm going to let you respond, Rags. But again, I really do think you came up here, Rags, with good intentions. Right?
You are targeting me.
Wait, Rags. Rags. Time out. Hold on, attacking.
All right.
Rags, how am I targeting you? I would imagine he got this picture from TikTok.
Put it up there, so you shouldn't have someone else's profile. Should not have my picture up there.
It's not my profile. It's your page.
On your page.
But see, we have the right to do that. We can do that.
Rags,
I got a question for you, Rags.
I'm not going to answer.
This is a video. This is a video of you this guy complaining about Kamala Harris giving $750 for people in need of a hurricane. I don't see a video of you complaining that when the hurricane hit under Donald Trump that he only gave $500. Well, see, there we go.
Rags. I think Rags, and I'm just going to say this. Thank you, attacking, for bringing clarity. I thought Rags came up here with good intentions to get some feedback about how he can, possibly really live up to the promises he's making to his son. But Rags, I realized that this is just you just trying to be a victim. You're a professional victim, and I got to move it on, Rags. So what I'm going to do,
Zeus, you racist piece of shit.
Okay, anything else, Rags? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's that. Rags, I really do hope you get the help you're looking for in real life, all right? Because just like that, your racism revealed itself. And it doesn't take long, Rags, because what I do is I really do try to get to know people and then figure out how to really help them unpack whatever it is going on in there. And Rags, as far as I'm concerned, what you just did is what I call the greatest act of projection, right? every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession, Rags. And you said that I'm a racist POS. I interpreted that to be the demon confessing to Zeus and everyone else in here that Rags is really the racist POS. So may you enjoy hell, Rags.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I keep telling you, Trump supporters, I'm uncookable. I don't get offended by anything y'all say because at the end of the day, I'm way up here and you're down there, right? And so anything you say to me, I already know it doesn't apply. All right, that's stuff you got to work on, Rags. All right, so you get back into that little 2x4 you're living in, and you get to doing the work you're supposed to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up my next panelist, my sister W. Cabria. Good morning, Cabria. How are you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing okay. As you can see, we have quite the day. Today is an interesting day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had supporters of the tariff soup, and this guy who just left. He was like you said, he was projecting.
Yeah, he confessed who he really was at the end,
Exactly.
a racist POS. But it's an honor to have you today. All right, I know we have a special guest joining us today. Is that true?
Yeah, we have my 93-year-old mother. She was born in 1931, 2 years after the Great Depression.
Wow! What?
He even saves sandwich bags, washes them out, and put them in the dish rack. And I say, Mom, why do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just throw away everything. But she loves your lives. She's sitting here listening today. So
Hello. All right. Hello. Now, what we call it? What we calling? I'm gonna call you grandma. I'm gonna call you grandma. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay.
How are you doing, ma'am? It is
I'm
so nice to
fine.
finally meet you. And your daughter has been doing quite a lot out here. Has she told you?
he said she's
I
kind of
know.
hard of hearing. So I'm
Oh.
yeah. He
Okay,
says
I'll
I've
try to
been
talk
doing.
louder.
Okay, repeat it
I
again.
said your daughter has been out here representing very well. Has she told you that?
Yes, she told me. And
Amen.
she every morning she comes and brings me, listen to this, Mom, listen to this. She loves your podcast.
Well. All I can say is thank you. You did an excellent job raising her, all right? And it is a pleasure, seriously, to meet you, all right? Now, your birthday, you're celebrating your birthday, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You have so much, you know. What
She's
would you
almost 100, Zeus.
She's
Almost
almost
100.
wow. What is the at that milestone? What would you say is a lesson everyone should know in the United States? If you don't mind, could you tell us?
Everyone should know that the United States was the best country in the world, and it can be better again.
Really?
Really.
You believe that?
I'm positive. I've been around the sun 93 times, and I've
Woo!
observed a whole lot of stuff.
Wow. Let me ask this then. You said we can be better. What ideas do you have to help make us a better country? Because I want to know if there's things that I can do to help make this country better.
Number one, start teaching civics again in school because people don't really know what this government is, what it does, what it can do. They really don't.
Wow.
Number two, teach the new immigrants coming in the same thing.
Mm.
They need to, because the old guys who are prejudiced and racist,
Mm-hmm.
they affect the kids and they affect the immigrants. So this is why we need to teach civics.
Got
It's
it.
terribly important.
Wow.
Because if you don't know who you are, what you can do, you can't do anything.
Ain't that something? That is the truth. You know a whole lot. So we got teaching the civics, all right, and we got, teaching the kids. What else?
Oh, it.
I'm listening. I'm
I
listening.
want them to know how to get along with others. People are people, regardless to where they came from, what color they are. They're still people,
I
and
knew
you
it.
have to get along.
We have to get along with each other because people are people. Ain't that something? That's something. It seems like we used did it. Does it seem like we used to do that at one point, and then all of a sudden we kind of slowed down and we're not doing that anymore? Does it look like that to you?
That's definitely true. In the 60s, during Martin Luther King's Day, people may not have accepted, may not have accepted people getting along together,
Right.
but they obeyed the law. They
Oh.
may not have liked me because I was black,
Right.
but they obeyed the law. I
Wow.
can't make anybody like me or
Right.
like anyone. But as long as they obey the law and treat me fairly, then, I have no complaints.
Yeah.
Then people did obey the law. I've been talking about white people.
Yeah.
They obeyed the law.
Yeah.
Some white folk.
Well, you're not ever going to have all of anything. So, yes, it was
Yeah.
some. But the majority of them at that time, except those in the South,
Hey.
those in the South, they still have quite a ways to go. But they're improving a whole lot. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So you said there's improvements. What about the fact that it's getting kind of hard, honestly, to get along with certain people? Because you said we need to work on getting along. How do you deal with that right now, knowing we're dealing with a situation with it's kind of hard right now?
Well, it's like this. Yes, it's hard. But anything worth anything is always hard. It probably isn't worth anything.
Yeah.
Sure, it's hard. But sometimes you have to take the first step.
Yeah.
Because I have been through it, but I've had some good times too. And I've had some, quote, good white people,
Yeah. Not all people are bad is
some
what you're
bad
saying.
ones, too.
You're saying not everybody is bad just because they white, they black. You can't look at everybody like that.
That's right. You have to, each person is a person. And you have to accept each one as they are. And sometimes you have to look over their bad habits, attitudes.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Now, can I ask another question if you don't mind? Because I know you're very busy, but I keep talking about we might be heading towards a 1929 style depression. Now, I wasn't around. Would you be able to speak on a little bit about what you remember, if you can, what's happening in America after the depression? or around the
Well,
Depression? Could you give us a little insight on how people lived and
I
what?
can give you a little insight. I
Thank
was
you.
a child,
Hmm.
I grew up in the aftermath of the Depression.
And what part of the world or the
Things
country
were,
was you in when this was
things were,
happening? Oh, sorry.
Mississippi, Long
Oh,
Bayou, Mississippi.
oh, you was in Mississippi when this happened.
yes, I'm from Mississippi,
Ooh,
Mississippi Delta.
ooh.
But I can tell you, there were good white people in Mississippi at that time, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And there were mean, horrible white people at that time, too.
Mm.
So what I'm trying to get over to people is there is so much good in the worst of us and so much bad in the best of us that it doesn't pay any of us to talk about the rest of us. So,
About 19.
Ooh. You done told me something that I gotta think about. I gotta think about that now, cause that I'm gonna be honest with you, grandma. That was hard for me to receive what you just said, cause the best of us could be bad. That's hard.
there is good in the worst of us, and there is bad in the best of us.
Ooh. Y'all better go think about that, cause I know I'm not the only one that got to think about that, Grandma. All right. Now you was gonna tell us a little bit about how we was living back then. You didn't have any money for eggs, right?
I didn't have what?
Money for eggs.
You didn't have any money for the eggs. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't one of those. Even
Really?
though I lived in Mississippi, my life was different.
Okay.
But I knew people who were very poor and
Mm-hmm.
who didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And my mother would give them everything.
Wow.
She would give away so much stuff. My father told her one time, Charlotte, when you get ready to give me away, let me know so I can choose who I want you to put.
That's funny. Well, that means you were being charitable, and that's a good thing. But for those that you maybe you weren't dealing with it, but how were the living conditions for the average person, if you observed it or anything? Because I want to know.
Okay. The average person it was hard for them. It really was. People saved everything.
They saved everything.
Even those who were well off saved,
Mm-hmm.
because if you didn't, you wouldn't have anything.
Wow.
And I can remember one time I went to Chicago for the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and I never thought I would see this man coming down the street with a cart. Rags, rag man.
Wow.
People were selling him rags. He was buying rags. I said,
What? They
that
were
was
they were
something.
selling rags?
Rags, Rags. And the only something I can figure that they did with them was probably cut them up and stuff them in mattresses or something like that.
Wow. That is wild, because I'm like, you would think like rags don't have a value, but you mean to tell me this is after the Depression? It was
This
like that out there where people
This
were
was
selling rags.
probably about 1937, because I was still young.
Yeah. Well, you still young. You still young now. Let's not get carried away now, Grandma. All right. You still young. All right. But
And but things were hard for most people, and they saved everything and sold everything. They sold bottles, brass, copper, just everything metal.
they
They
were
sold.
It's like they were so you were in survival mode to the point where if it just anything had value, it could be sold, it could be traded, right? Because that's
That's
what.
right.
Whew, that's deep. That's deep. And you know what What was that?
Oh, also, but this was while it was after Depression, but it was during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
They had the OPA, the Office of Price Administration.
Oh, an
What
OPA.
they did was what this was a governmental.
Yeah.
They control the amount, the percentage of profit that any business that was selling stuff could make. If you had a grocery store, they
Yeah.
had every item listed. You could make 10% on this, 25% on this.
What? They had Office of Price
So forth,
Administration.
OPA, the Office of Price Administration.
I didn't know that, and then they got rid of it, huh?
And during that time, shoes, sugar, anything that had rubber was racial. Best I can remember, you could only buy 3 pair of shoes per year.
What? That is, I could never see that happen in today's society. You know, these people go crazy over those tennis shoes.
Oh, no, you wouldn't, because that's all you had.
Well,
You didn't have the money to buy 2 pairs more pair.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right, Grandma. I gotta give it to you. Yeah, you wasn't buying a lot of shoes then, like you are. So yeah, and wow. You have a very
And you had your shoes half soled, repair. You don't have shoe repair shops now. See?
Wow.
But you repaired everything, you saved everything. And if we had kept doing that, we wouldn't have all these problems we have now, the ocean full of trash. It's all that,
Yeah.
because we reuse.
Yeah.
But you all throw everything away. My children, my daughter's in there, she throws stuff away.
She throwing stuff away. You see her throwing stuff away. You going, hey, don't do that. Don't you dare. We got a little more life left in that. Right?
Oh, mommy, this is today. You still, yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my
Zeus,
Lord. Yes.
Zeus, I'm not lying to you, Zeus.
Yes.
We have paper towels, Zeus. My mother will rinse that paper towel out and put it in the dish rack. I say, Ma, it's about save it.
What?
This is 1930. Mine. That's time. Zeus, she has clothes in her closet from the 60s. She won't let me throw them away. I buy her.
They might be worth something. You just can't throw away all of that, right? Right, Grandma?
Yeah.
Don't be letting her throw away your good stuff because you might need that, right? You might need that. You might need to get out and get busy in that. I get it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen up. All right, Gabriel. It's your grandma's birthday today, correct?
Yeah. No, it's my mother.
I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm used to saying grandma. Your mama's birthday. I'm so sorry. All right, and if you don't mind, we got to celebrate your birthday. All right, you turn 93. You know what we do on this show is we sing happy birthday. All right.
All right.
And it's clean. It's a clean version, but it got a little bit of a beat behind it. All right. And so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get the people here to go ahead and help you celebrate your 93rd birthday. All right. And then we can wrap this up, and hopefully we get to talk to you again because I think the world honestly would be a lot better of a place with your information, your wisdom being shared out to people so that folks can understand, the things that we've been through as a country.
Okay.
All right. And now I also got to do something. I got to do a little improvising. There's also another birthday in here. All right. A good friend of mine, DJ. Y'all both seem to have had the same birthday. Could you believe it or not? He just turned 60. We're going to bring him up. And then if he's still here, and then I'm going to, we're going to do what I call a 2-for-1, all right? Because you got to do it like that before the depression comes, all right?
That will be fine.
All right, DJ, is you here? There you go. All right. We got 2 birthdays today, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible show. All right. We got Grandma, 93, and then my brother, DJ. DJ. You here, brother?
Good morning, brother.
All right. Good morning. I know I was in the live with you yesterday, and
Oh, it was fun.
good. But you know, we have a treat today. This is one for the history books. 2 birthdays, 2 epic milestones. All right. All
Happy
right.
birthday to your mom. That's a true blessing to have some real time history. That's real fact checking right there.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 birthdays. You know what we do. They say we spread hate on this platform, but we don't. We spread love. Let's bring in these 2 amazing birthdays, all right, with Grandma and DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Somebody birthday.
Hey!
I heard it was somebody birthday.
You know what we do, ladies and gentlemen.
DJ playing a birthday song, yeah.
Woo!
Today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud.
Hey!
Today is
Hey!
your birthday.
Hey!
I know you're so proud.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do over here. All right. We tell the truth. And we shame the devil. All right. We got to get the truth out here. All right, because this is what it's all about. 93 years. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
Get a cake, candles like a kiss.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, yes. And it's lit. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What a good way to start the new year. 2 amazing, great people on TikTok. All right, Cabria and her her mother, and DJ. Let's go, DJ, my brother. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. 93 and 60. That's a lot of history, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Cut that cake. Cut that cake. Cut that cake. You know what we doing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Happy birthday. Oh my God. Look at all of the love. All right. Wow. Mama, I made it, Mama. You know what this means. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, because this is what life is really all about. All right, we got to be able to treat people like they're people. All right, and celebrate moments like this, right? And right there. Mr. YouTube, I see you, my brother. Lisa, Lisa. Oh my God, look at all the love. This is what we do. How American is this? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Don, thank you, Don. We got a lot of wisdom in the live today, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is what we do, all right? This is about building community. This is about celebrating milestones as well as talking, right? This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do. It's all love, all love. I've never seen anything like this, and I'm so happy to be a part of it and to share it with each and every single one of you. All right. Now, before we wrap this up, we're going to start with you, Grandma. All right. Any plans for your birthday?
Any plans for your birthday? Any plans for your birthday?
Yes.
Oh, tell us.
I'm going out to dinner.
You about to get one of them dresses that's from the 1960s out? she know I'm telling the truth. Go ahead. You can do what you got to do. Listen, ain't nobody gonna judge you, all right, Grandma? Just know when you go where you go, tell them it's okay, all right? Because who said it's okay, all right? All right?
Okay. It's good.
Okay, now you stay out of trouble, okay? Because if I find out you was in that club, all right, and I don't want to do that, but if you was in that club and you went a little too far, we gonna have to talk again, all right, Granny?
Well, you never know. I just might go there.
Woo! Hey, I don't even gotta apologize to my mom now because you know she gotta act her age talking. All right, so Mom, it is what it is. You can't get mad at that. All right. DJ brother, any plans? All right, what you doing today? Bringing in the big 6-0.
I know, right? Oh my God. I'm gonna do a moist live tonight.
Oh my God, he said he's gonna do something more. DJ, Lord have mercy. Well, you're looking good, brother. I mean, you in the house. You got your swag on full. All right, 100,000 trillion. It looks like, and you're enjoying yourself quite well.
I'm enjoying it with the man in the house right here. Do you see?
There you go. There you go. Woo, look at the cute
Mr. Cyrus.
Okay, you going out too, or you just
No.
Okay, you keeping it safe. You gonna tuck the chain in tonight? I get it. All
Go
right.
live and hope that not get shut down like
Okay.
All right. I think.
All right. Well, listen. Look at that. Kimmy says 60's looking good on you, DJ. Look at ladies. Come on, ladies. Please don't do that. We got to keep it
I
on.
can't compete with that handsome one. You're the most handsome. I'm the most moist. So.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, you can't get any of this. We have two birthdays, 93, 60. All right, Grandma and DJ. All right. Well, listen.
Happy birthday to your mom up there. I can't. My glasses. I can't focus right now because it's too early in the morning. Oh, it's hard to say Cabria. Is that it?
Kabira.
Kabira.
Happy birthday to your beautiful mom.
Thank you. She's a handful. She keeps me straight.
Hey,
No, don't do that.
That's good.
Straight school.
That's a blessing. It's a true blessing.
It's true blessing. It really is. All right. Well, all right. I got to wrap it up. Look at this. I'm way past my time. It's like y'all got me working extra time. All right. Yes, Zeus, tell DJ he's out of control. Takesha said you're out of control, DJ. All right.
Hey, Takesha.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me.
You love the sound
Thank you for coming here. All right. I really should be thanking you. All right. Seriously. All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
brothers, appreciate you always.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give them a huge round of applause. No lies detected. All right. I'm gonna move it along, you two. All right. And again, thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. What an incredible broadcast. Oh my goodness, we laughed, we cried together. But this show, as always, is educational, entertaining, all right, and engaging. All right. And so with that being said, you know what we gotta do? We gotta get up out of here. All right. You all deserve a round of applause. All right, especially my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Thank you. But you also know we got to give one last round of booze and shame, and these booze and shame goes out to all the Zeus haters out there who continue to dwell in delusion, who think that they're cooking, and this is just crazy to me. They still cooking, but they know where they got to go and get that money, right? And it ain't the same place as me, all right? Y'all got to do better, all right? And really, step your game up before you try to bring my name up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them one last round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and on that note, take care and stay safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do in these TikTok streets. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great one. You know what we're here to do. You know exactly what we're here to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back tomorrow, same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. Gotta be able to do it like that, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a great rest of your morning, all right? Y'all stay safe out there in these TikTok streets. Let's go, let's go. My man, Little Hawk, gotta be able to connect those dots. W. Cabrera in the chat, no lies detected. Thank you so much. He said that I'm sponsored by Nike. That's what he said, right? So I said, well, why don't I show him some other Nike products? Do you like them? These people think they got everything figured out. It's so hilarious, seriously, ladies and gentlemen. They've never seen a hard-working brother or sister. That's what this is, right, ladies and gentlemen? My mind is playing tricks on me. How could he be doing this without all of that? Oh my gosh, I just refuse to believe. Oh yeah, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. You might as well get used to it. I'm connecting the dots on you. I'm connecting the dots and I'm covering a lot of territory, and you can't believe it. You're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like him in my life. Because I'm an overwhelming person. I have an overwhelming presence. All right, and you don't. So you got to come to me to get the sauce. You got to come to me to get the recipe. And don't worry, I'll take care of you. We'll drill, baby, drill, and we'll lower your taxes. All right, and we'll pay off a lot of your debt, right, Ange? Woo. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We love you too. Y'all want the drill? I gotta watch the confirmation hearing. Yes, you want to watch you want some drill, baby drill, real quick? All right, this is for you, Grandma. This is for you, DJ. I'm gonna do a little extra drilling, and then we're out of here. All right.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys.
Y'all want me to lower those taxes?
So much money.
Okay, I'll lower your taxes.
We're gonna lower your taxes to insane asylums.
Here we go.
You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill was a frack.
Hey! Let's go.
Up her there, she was against all the stuff and then all the stuff and then all the stuff and then all the
Let's go, ladies. Hey, fellas.
She said, I like fracking very much. They always go back to what they want. They always go back.
Hey, she can't help it. She's a radical.
Left mom, she can't help it.
Hey, and we're gonna end that.
And we will frack. And drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill.
Hey.
So deep, we're gonna do 4 days.
Let's go.
We're gonna drill, we're gonna take out
so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes.
Deep, insane asylum. They go crazy when I say
the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack.
Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal.
Let's go.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Hey!
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. I'm gonna do it whether the women like it or not.
Let's go.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby,
let's go. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Let's go. Hey. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do. What a great show. I'll be back tomorrow. Same Zeus time. Same Zeus channel. Like it's Hannibal Lecter time. Let's go. Like it's Hannibal Lecter. A conservative Democrat, please stop it. Right, Curtis? All right. Y'all take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. don't do nothing I wouldn't do.